Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Freeman Motorsports, and welcome into the 2023 Chili Bowl Nationals. You guys are in for a treat tonight. Once a year, this show comes around to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where over 300 indoor sprint cars come to race. And oh my goodness, this has been an amazing week of racing. There have been some heart-stopping moments, but thankfully every driver has made it out okay so far. We are finishing up the B mains, and we are about to get into the main feature in probably about a half hour, an hour or so. They still got to do driver intros and prepare the track one final time. But thanks for everybody tuning in. Just doing a couple quick technical checks on my end. It has been actually quite some time since we have gone live on this channel. I know this is mainly a NASCAR channel, so if you're tuning in and you're like, I just don't have any idea about the Chili Bowl at all, well, I'll fill you in on what the Chili Bowl is here in just a moment. But also, feel free to ask me any of your NASCAR-related questions here real quick if you want to. But, yeah, the Chili Bowl is one of the biggest dirt events of the year. It's probably like the biggest event of the off-season, to be honest, for dirt. It's kind of similar up there with maybe the pavement. Or in terms of pavement racing, you have the Snowball Derby, and then you probably have, like, this is kind of up there for in terms of the dirt racing event that happens during the kind of the off-season months of winter. But like I said, I believe the insurance for this event, I think it was like 360 something, which is like, I mean, that's an insane amount of race cars to show up for just one event. But in the past, there have been quite a few Cup Series guys, or I should say, big dirt racers that have competed in this event, but a lot of them are not competing this year due to the lack of a purse increase. The purse has stayed flat at $10,000 for, I believe, probably over a decade now, or a very long time, but obviously with inflation and other things, they should have increased this purse. And honestly, the only reason they still have all these cars shown out is because of, the illustrious name that goes along with this event and winning this race. Just making sure the mic connection's all clear here. But yeah, so they did up the purse to $35,000 though the week of, but still, relatively speaking, for most other big dirt races, I would say honestly, in my opinion, this event, I think $100K would that might be a little bit much for maybe the people that run the event, but to be honest, $100K would be honestly reasonable compared to a lot of the other big dirt racing events that happen. And honestly, if you do up the purse to $100K, you're probably going to have even more cars turn out. And, they're showing right now a shot of the garage where all the haulers with the cars are stowed. And, there's like 50 haulers, and that's just one garage. There's even more haulers that are going to be there. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I cannot wait for Daytona, guys. It is just around the corner, it feels like. And with the news of more and more open cars being fielded, I think I might be making a video on that here pretty soon, because I think we might break the record for the most open cars in a Daytona 500 in at least probably the last 7 or 8 years, maybe even longer than that. Because you've already got, Johnson, you've got now Pastrana, you've got the 62 of Austin Hill. You got Zane Smith, and that's already 4. And last year, we barely even struggled to get 6. But anyways, yeah, on top of that, you're going to have one Team Heiserberg car, if not 2. I'm pretty sure you're basically guaranteed one Team Heiserberg car, even though it's not been, written out to the public yet. And then on top of that, possibly an MBM car. I'd expect one MBM car. But then you have the 50 from the Money Team, which will probably have Helio Castroneves in it. But the thing is if they don't have Helio Castroneves, if Helio Castroneves show up with Trackhouse and Project 91, that's even one more car. And apparently one guy that manages some NASCAR drivers put out on some tweets somewhere that there's a possibility that there's going to be even another surprise that will show up. And you have the 13 car from Colleague, or third Colleague car, I should say. Maybe that's the surprise driver that guy was suggesting, because, I guess there hasn't been a driver confirmed for that, and that car's not really confirmed for the 500 yet, but it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I could possibly see Colleague pulling that entry back because they see so many open cars being, brought into this event, and they were like, it's not worth risking having a car not make the main dance. But yeah, speaking of the main dance, that is coming up here pretty soon on Flow Racing. Thank you guys for sticking with us. That is one thing that a lot of fans hate, including myself, about the Chili Bowl, is when it comes to Saturday night, the main event, oh my goodness, do they drag out the breaks in between the mains. Oh my goodness. Graham? Hello, how are you doing? If you guys want to put in the chat who your pick is to win the Chili Bowl tonight. Honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite going into tonight. I mean, anything can happen in this race. I would say personally, the Chili Bowl, at least in my opinion, it's honestly almost more entertaining. The alphabet soup that happens throughout the day and kind of up to about this point in the day. Seeing which drivers can advance their way forward, see how long they can keep their streak alive. I find that sometimes almost more entertaining than the actual race, just because it feels like, even though there's not more on the line, like it feels like these are like the underdogs that are just all duking it out to maybe have a shot at the big dance. Or I feel like sometimes the big dance ends up being pretty tame. Because I think also, once you get further back in the pack in the main Chili Bowl event, like if you're 20th or like 15th with 10 laps to go, you don't give up, but I feel like you don't have as much intensity as if you're, 10th or 15th with 10, or well, there's not even 10, with like 5 laps to go in one of the, heat races, because it's like, I still have a shot. Like, I only have to gain like 4 spots, or I only have to have a couple guys spin out here. So I feel like there's a whole lot more competitiveness throughout the whole field in the heat races versus the main event. That's just my opinion. Braxton Hall, Thorson back-to-back. Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that one. I think that's probably my favorite. That's also probably because he's one of like the few drivers that actually even know that are competing tonight. I'm not a diehard dirt racer fan by any means. I'm primarily a NASCAR fan, but I do tune into the Chili Bowl every year, usually because of the amount of NASCAR drivers that are in it. This year, it's probably the lowest number of NASCAR drivers in this one ever. But yeah, because you have Larson and Bell that are both not doing it. But it was pretty entertaining to see Hocevar try and have a bit of a run. Santino Ferrucci, Josh Balicki, those were 3. JJ Yaley actually was just in the last heat race. He wasn't able to advance slow. So, yeah, it has been pretty entertaining this year nonetheless. I'm going to try and see if there's the confirmed starting lineup for the main event yet of the cars that haven't, qualified their way in yet. Hold on, bear with me here just a moment. Going to the Chili Bowl Nationals official Twitter account, see what they got going on here. So yeah, we gotten through the C features, and I believe we're moving on to the B features now. So this shall be entertaining, like I just said. So yeah, in our most recent C Feature 2, the top 5 that advanced were Dominic Gordon in the 71K out of Clovis, California, the 11B of Clinton Boyles out of Greenwood, Missouri, and then you had Cameron Key in the 21J out of Warrensburg, Missouri as well. And 4th, you had Darren Pittman in the 21 out of Owasso, Oklahoma. And then picking up 3 spots to get that final transfer spot, you had Daisy Pursley in the 19A out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. Coming up just short, though, was Alex Bright in the 19B out of Collegeville, PA. He picked up 10 spots to come up just short, and then also right behind him, Corey Day in the 07W from Clovis, California. Picked up 11 spots, but came up 2 spots short. And then in the C Feature 1, which other top 5 advanced here were Zach Dam in the 47 out of Pocahontas, Illinois. He started on pole and led every lap. Then you had Jake Swanson in the 55A out of Anaheim, California in second place. In third, you had Jacob Denny in the 25 out of Galloway, Ohio. In fourth, you had Steven Snyder Jr. in the 40S out of Rising Sun, Maryland. picking up 3 spots to get that 4th spot. And then holding on to the last spot was Bryant Weedman in the 01 out of Colby, Kansas. And once again, a hard charger came up just short in this one. Picking up 13 spots was Kyle Cummins on the 3G, but he was only able to finish 6th place, 1 spot short of that final transfer spot. But next up will be the B features, and I'll try and find the lineups for those. But thanks to everybody tuning in. I'm going to be talking probably quite a bit tonight because in the past, I believe last year the main event did not start till I believe right about like 12:15. That's Eastern time it is. So 12:15. Graham, you got banned for saying the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. How would you even get banned for that? Braxton Hall, think there's a chance the A main starts before midnight Eastern time? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. I mean, I'll be here regardless of how long it takes, but yeah, that's that last year. I believe it started right about 12:15. But yeah, can't wait to get these B mains underway here in just a second. The top 5 from both B mains will advance their way into the big dance tonight. Yeah, looking around online to see if I can find any information for you guys. Oh my goodness. The 50-50 at the Chili Bowl Nationals is up to almost 50 grand. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, try and find the B feature lineups here. Where do you guys recommend the best place to find information about what's going on at the Chili Bowl besides Twitter? Is the website very informative? Personally, can't really find much here. I'm just going to go back to looking around, the world's most reliable news source, Twitter. It is crazy, though, after that crazy flip that happened the other day where Ashton, sorry if I messed up the last name, Torgerson was ejected from his ride. Crazy to see that he was just back at the track today. Looked, pretty banged up, has a pretty big black eye there, but honestly, overall, I believe that he's pretty much okay. Which is, pretty cool considering, or not pretty cool, but like pretty amazing considering, a lot of people thought that he might have actually just died there on the racetrack after getting ejected from a race car. Not quite sure what the flip count is at. I believe they may have stopped it after that incident, but still the flip count has been maybe at an all-time high. I feel like there's been a ton of calamity this year. But thanks to everybody tuning in here. Hey, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Flow Racing's website has live updates. Okay, I might check around on there. I mean, that's how I'm watching the races on Flow. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gents. Oh boy, I shouldn't be rubbing my eyes. It's still early in the night. We're probably going to be here a lot longer. Brexton Hall, yeah, that tractor is flying around that track. Yeah. I'd say he's probably topping out about 3 miles an hour right now. Oh, there's another one, though, that's coming around here. He's actually kind of fast, but he's got the water buckets on. I'm referencing the broadcast right now. Hey, if you guys are tuning in because maybe you don't have Flow Racing or just want to hear somebody else commentate to what's going on, or you just want to discuss with other people about what's going on, thanks for tuning in. But I would say I do recommend getting in Flow Racing. I know some people maybe don't want to pay the $120, and if you can't, that's okay. But I would definitely recommend it. I actually got it a year ago for this, and I would say I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I haven't even used it that much. It's just sometimes during the summer or whatever, it's like you just want to pull out your phone or whatever, you just want to turn on the TV, and you can find you probably find like 3 or 4 different little dirt races that are going on to just watch live, and honestly, it's pretty entertaining. So, well, I say it's pretty entertaining. If you're tuning in, then you probably like dirt racing, so I'm pretty sure any type of dirt racing is probably going to be pretty entertaining to you. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting Flow Racing if you haven't already. I know it is a little bit it's, it's not cheap, you know what I mean? It's not free, I should say, but definitely worth it if you can afford it. Hey, thanks to everybody tuning in right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We got almost 18 people in here right now. 20 people up to here. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 20 people in here right now. Let's get this thing up to, hey, we got 20 people. Let's get it up to 20 likes. Hit that like button. Also up to 3,124 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, which I'm assuming probably most of you guys are, we primarily do NASCAR content on this channel. I live stream my commentary to most of the NASCAR races that happen during the season. And I cannot wait for Daytona more, so I cannot wait for the Clash, which is only, I should know this. It's only 2 weeks away, right? It feels like it's, hold on. No, it's 3 weeks. It's got to be 3 weeks. Is it 2 weeks away already? Wait. Yeah, it's 1, 2, it's 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. 4, 5. And Daytona's 5 weeks away. Oh, okay, I thought we were a week further ahead. Okay. 3 weeks away still. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited though. Yeah, 3 weeks away for the Clash. And 5 weeks away for Daytona. Yeah, the Rolex is 2 weeks away. I'm really debating doing a Rolex stream. I'm thinking about it. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. I may be on a college visit that weekend, so just, yeah, it wouldn't make sense. But 24-hour Rolex stream, that would be pretty fun. I can't lie. And if I don't do that, another thing I'm thinking about doing is doing the 24 hours on Le Mans, just because there's going to be the NASCAR entry. Unless it contradicts with the NASCAR race. I don't know. But, like, those would be fun. And honestly, if those go well, maybe I think about doing more 24-hour races, to be honest, going forward. But, yeah, I might put some, community polls out there on the channel, see if people are interested in, Rolex 24, because, there are, I'd say, probably about half the Rolex 24 viewers are honestly NASCAR fans that just can't wait for Daytona and just want to watch something. Oh, Kenneth, I am so excited for the NASCAR season. I'm so excited for Daytona, man. There are going to be so many open cars for the 500. Like, qualifying and the duels are going to be amazing. I'm going to be live streaming basically like 24/7 during Daytona week. It is going to be insane. Honestly, this doesn't really matter as much to you guys, but for the ARCA race, that's going to be fun to watch for me personally, because there are I think 3 or 4 drivers out of my region, Western New York, like Buffalo Bills. There are 3 or 4 drivers from around here that are going to be in the ARCA race, and I know it's ARCA, but it's still that's a big deal, to be honest with you, because this is kind of an obscure, or I shouldn't say, there is a pretty big racing culture here, but I mean, to have 4 drivers from this area here, the guys that I get to go out and see a couple nights during the summer, that's pretty cool. Obviously, there's not as big of a racing culture up here, as down, in North Carolina or whatever. But, actually, if you didn't know, Stuart Friesen is from around here. He's from, actually from Canada, I believe. But, yeah, my local track, which is about 20 minutes away, he grew up racing there. I believe his dad or maybe his uncle owned it for about a decade or so that's why he raced there a lot. And he still goes there a couple times a year. But, yeah, so there have been a couple racers that have come out of my section of the country. Yeah, Braxton A. I might be going to the Indy 500 as well this year. I've been thinking about doing it after graduation for quite a while now. But honestly, now that like Larson's going to be running it in 2024, I'm like, maybe I should just wait till the next year and just go then, and like, I don't know, like just save up my cash and not go this year and just try and maybe buy like a pit pass for like $600 or whatever. So that way maybe I can see Larson at the Indy 500. That'd be pretty insane. Did you see Frankie the actor is in the ARCA race? Oh, like, yeah, that guy, like Frankie Muniz or something. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, anything to draw more attention to ARCA, that's good. More attention to racing, honestly. It's just another storyline for me to keep tabs on for the ARCA race. It's cool. ARCA's really struggling right now. A lot of teams have been closing down. I mean, honestly, it's been struggling probably for like 5 years now at this point. It's really just like 2 or 3 competitive cars on a weekly basis. So, honestly, new teams entering, more money entering, more competition. That's good. That's good. So, yeah, honestly, I'd say as a Larson fan, if he can win Daytona, man, I would lose my mind, to be honest with you. Just with our Larson's Super Speedway racing woes. He's definitely a long shot, though, I'd say. Also interested, though, to see how the drivers do at their new teams. Kyle Busch at RCR. That's going to take some time to get used to. Tyler Reddick over in the 45 at 23XI Racing. Ty Gibbs now in the Cup Series. Noah Gragson in the Cup Series. Oh, that's going to be fun to watch. Ty versus Noah for Rookie of the Year. And then Jimmy Johnson coming back. Like, who saw that coming? I still think that's like one of the most crazy storylines. It's just all of a sudden it's championship weekend at Phoenix, and then, I don't know, I just get a notification like 2 o'clock on like Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. It's like, oh, Jimmy Johnson's buying into Richard Petty Motorsports and is going to race next year. It's like, I did not see that coming at all. And then, Larson announcing the double the other day. Oh, man, I'm getting excited. I'm not watching the MAV TV broadcast. I'm watching the Flow Racing broadcast. Kenny Johnson, don't you put on that Afro, Freeman? I'm not putting on the Afro. I don't even know where it is right now. We might have a new costume coming for the 2023 season. But I'm not going to spoil that right now. Also, if I did find the Afro, though, I'd probably just give me really bad allergies. It's probably got like a whole bunch of like dust in it right now. Hey, we're up to another new subscriber. I appreciate it. Up to 3,125. Make sure you guys drop that like button and subscribe. Free way to help support what we do here. Braxton Hall Legacy Motor Club. Yeah, that's pretty rough. That name change is honestly, it's horrible. That's a horrible name change. Like, what? That's garbage. Unless they actually start doing like motor club things, or like you can like buy, like you can be a member of the motor club, and I don't know, like they maybe have like a little racetrack at their shop. I don't know, or like rich people go to like use their supercars. I don't know, but still. Like if maybe you could be a millionaire and like purchase a premium membership to the Legacy Motor Club, and that maybe makes you like a 1% owner of Legacy Motor Club Motorsports or whatever. I would say that would be actually kind of cool if I was like a multi-millionaire to like here I'll purchase this $1 million membership, and now I like kind of have like this actual tie to a NASCAR team. That's like total speculation though. I have no idea how it works, but that'd be kind of cool. Kenny Johnson, you're watching late models last night. Kyle Beard crash. I had no idea who he was until I got cold. And we got some hoodies that night. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know who Kyle Beard is either, to be honest with you. So, it was November 2021 Gumbo Nationals at Greenfield Speedway. Hold on. Kenny, I don't quite understand what you're saying here. I don't quite understand what you're saying there, but anyways, it would be kind of cool to go to the Chili Bowl. Honestly, it'd be pretty cool to enter a car in the Chili Bowl. I will say that. Honestly, personally, I have no racing experience. Actually, I got none, but it would be very fun to go and do. Oh yeah, I totally agree with Eric Estep and you on that one there, Scott Long. Like, it It's not even that. It just sounds like old Brits cruising in old Jaguars through the English countryside. It's so generic. It sounds like something like I don't know. It's just so generic. What? It's not even. I don't even know what you would replace that with. That wouldn't make it generic. But like I don't know, or like 7-time Motor Club. You know what I mean? But just Legacy Motor Club. It's almost as bad as like General Motors. Like General Motors, what does that even mean? Where's the Chili Bowl at? Tulsa Expo Center. I am not an Oklahoma native, but I have spent a lot of time in Oklahoma, even though I am a Western New Yorker. So I do kind of have a tie in that sense to this region of the country. Hey, we're up to 10 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Up to over 100 viewers on the night already. Hey, look at that. We're up to 3126. Ticking away here. I think we might be getting ready to go for the B main here soon, hopefully. Or, well, not the B main. There's 2 B features. See if I can find the lineups for you on that, though. Still nothing yet. It does feel like we're starting to get closer to cars rolling out on the racetrack, though, I will say that. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign, at least. Hey, if you got a friend that's also trying to watch the Chili Bowl and they don't want to pay $120 for Flow Racing or Mav TV or whatever, send them over here. Or if you are watching the Chili Bowl and you just want to hear somebody else, a youngin's thoughts on what's happening, send them over here. Yeah, I'm looking at Twitter and people's comments on the Chili Bowl, and everybody's just like, what's taking so flippin' long? Yeah, I would agree. It literally, they just drag this all out. Appreciate it, Kenny. Yeah, there's only 95 laps racing left. Oh, here we got the lineup, though, for B Feature 1. Jade Avedison, I don't know how to pronounce that, from Clovis, California. Then Chris Wyndham in the 89 on the outside of row 1 from Canton, Illinois. In row 2, you got Brent Cruz in the 71M out of Denver, North Carolina. Zeb Wise in the 26R to his outside out of Angola, Indiana. In row 3, you got Tim Buckwalter from Douglasville, PA in the 29 machine. Then you got to his outside Jonathan Beeson in the 88J out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. In row 4, you got Chase Briscoe in the number 5 out of Mitchell, Indiana. And to his outside, Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 5T out of Coleman, Alabama. In row 5, okay, I wasn't able to see that. But in row 7, you have Taylor Reamer out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And to his outside, Brian Carber out of Pipersville, PA in the 19. Taylor driving the 25K. In row 8, you have Ryan Bernal out of Holster, California in the 87W. Then you got Zach Daham in the 47 out of Pocahontas, Illinois. In row 9, you got Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California in the 55. And to his outside, you got Jacob Denny out of Galloway, Ohio. And then Snyder Stephen Jr. in the 40S. And Wiedemann Bryant in the 01 round out your field. Those bottom 5 all were able to race their way in the C feature. Can they make a miracle happen and get into the A main in this one? Guys, the top 5 from this race make it into the big dance tonight. Can't wait for one of these cars to pull a Ross Chastain. I don't believe that. There's not going to be a Ross Chastain here at the Chili Bowl. Yeah, that person's going to go flipping if they try to pull that one off right there. Yeah, Braxton Hall, you're pulling for Briscoe. Yeah, I want Briscoe to make the big show. I believe he's like really the only Cup Series or a really NASCAR affiliated guy that's still got a chance at this one tonight. Yeah, if somebody were to win the Golden Driller like that, that would actually be hilarious. That might break the internet once again. Kenneth Clark, what do you think of Kevin Harvick retiring? I kind of saw it on the wall. Actually, I was one of the first people to find out about that. I did see that original Instagram reel. That kind of spoiled it all. I almost made a video about it, but I actually took it down. That's a whole side story. Anyways, kind of seen it coming, you know. It does feel pretty weird. Like, it's really he's the last driver, I feel like, you know, from that, you know, pre-2000s era, even though he didn't start till 2001. But like he's the last, I feel like, remnant of the previous era of NASCAR. And, it's going to be weird to not have him in the sport next year. But I do have to say, it's like the writing has kind of been on the wall here. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to buckle your seatbelts right here because we're about to get into the B feature number 1. Hey, we're up to 3,127 subscribers, guys. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a like. It's a free way to help support what we do here at Freeman Motorsports. And if you're feeling extra giving, I guess, you can drop a super chat if you want. What time is the A-Main tonight, Craig Smith? Whenever they want it to be. In the past, it's started right around midnight Eastern time. So, yeah, we're probably still about an hour away. We still got 2 B features to get through before we even can get to driver intros. And following that, obviously, the big show. So, yeah, I'm saying we're probably about an hour out, to be honest with you. Harvick's career started because of a wreck in Turn 4 for the last 8-ish years. He's been a legend in the 4. # forever. Yeah, I do have to say, yeah, Harvick definitely, I would say, probably about a top 10 driver of all time for sure. Definitely, in my opinion, deserves more than one championship. And honestly, it would be pretty cool to see him have like a championship run this year. But I don't know if Stewart-Haas is going to be able to take that step forward this offseason. Is Alex Bowman there tonight? I would have to imagine so. He's got multiple cars in this race. One of them actually right here, the 55, which was able to race his way in the last one. But he's going to have to go through a whole lot of cars to give himself a shot at the big dance here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just making some adjustments here to the setup. Okay, there we go. Okay, it'll be the 84 on the inside, the 89 on the outside. Chris Windom on the outside. And here they go. Green flag in the air for the B feature number 1. The top 5 advance to the big dance. 84 and the 89 are out to clear. And the 5 comes sliding in here on the outside. He's driving it in there pretty deep. Everybody's sorting themselves out here after 1 lap complete. And they're already 2 laps complete here. Actually, the top 7 advance to the big show. That is my bag. Top 7 advance. It's Advison, Windom, Cruz, Buck, Walter, and Wise, your top 5 with 18 laps to go. Now 17 laps to go as they continue to click down the laps. Briscoe in 6th, Beeson in 7th. Tim's the first man out, looking in. Everybody single file all the way around this racetrack. Things are looking pretty calm here early on. But I can assure you they are most certainly not. Everybody pushing the limit. Tim's trying to take that final transfer spot away. The 67 trying to work his way around the 88 of Beeson for that final transfer spot. The 67 Mobil 1 machine of Tim's using that outside line. The 88 staying down low, clamping things down there. Right now, though, Tim's looks to have a bit of a run here down the short front chute. Down the back straightaway. He might be able to get a good launch here. He's side by side now for that final transfer spot. Tim's working to the outside but he can't quite get there off of turn 4. But Beeson going to choose to go to the outside of turns 1 and 2. Tim's will go to the inside. Now Beeson's got a run on Briscoe for 6th place. Briscoe under pressure here now for this battle for the final transfer spot. And Beeson looking to go around Briscoe on the outside. Briscoe's going to slide up, though, and cut the nose off that 88. And the 88 has a bit of a bobble there, and he's going to get passed by Tim's. Now Tim's has moved up into that 7th position. Oh, but he's going to catch the curbing there. Oh, my goodness. In turns 1 and 2, a crazy save for that 67 machine. He is still in it. Oh, Briscoe. Or not, that's not Briscoe. That's somebody else in the another 5 car that got pretty sideways there in turns 3 and 4. Oh, my goodness. Now it's getting pretty crazy here, but the caution is out, and the 19 car is stalled out on the track. That is Carbert. Oh my goodness, that was getting real crazy there. Briscoe starting to slip back into the danger zone. Beeson and Timms were going at it. Timms made a move and almost, he caught the cushion there entering turn 1. Barely held on to. I thought he was about to go into the wall. Was able to get the gas back into her and keep driving forward. And he's actually still right in 8th place, right where he started. But Swanson, how about Swanson in the 55A? He raced his way in the last heat, and he has already moved himself all the way up to 12th. He is coming in a hurry right now. Keep your eyes out for Swanson, trying to be that driver to represent Alex Bowman Racing here at the Chili Bowl tonight. 9 laps to go, though, still here in the B feature number 1. Advisayan, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the 84 out front has led every lap so far. Then Wyndham is staying steady in 2nd place. Cruz 3rd, Buckwalter 4th, Wise 5th, Briscoe 6th, and Beeson in 7th. Your top 7 advanced. Tim's the first one on the outside looking in. Green flag back in the air. Wyndham tries to go to the outside, but he's not going to get a good run there. But no, here he comes into turns 1 and 2, trying to make something happen back in the pack, though, where the transfer spot is up for grabs. They're going at it. Wyndham, though, is going to use the outside, and he's going to lead that one at the line, I believe. Nope, not quite. Or yes, he will. Wyndham out front, though. New leader here in the B feature, number 1. This time, though, the 84 is going to be able to fight back on the inside. She's doing a really good job at keeping that lead. Wyndham, though, for the crossover off of turn 2. Now Wyndham's going to have the inside line in turns 3 and 4. Can't quite stick it, though. And the 84 is going to be able to hold on there a little longer. In turns 1 and 2, though, a slider from Wyndham. And he is going to take the lead here with 6 laps to go. Oh my goodness, they are dogging it out here for this lead with 5 to go. Somebody's up on the curb big time in turns 3 and 4. Oh, but the battle for the transfer spot is still on, and Briscoe looks like might have slipped out of it, or he is right in the mix at least. Oh, somebody catches the bumper of someone. That was Beeson, I believe, up on the back of someone. He got a little bit of hang time there, and he's wheeling again. Oh my goodness, he's up into the cushion. What a mess right there. Just barely hanging on right now with 3 laps to go. These guys are going at it. Oh, he's around. He's around. Or he saves it. I don't even know. Oh, no. Now there's more crashes behind him. And oh, Swanson's run is going to come to an end. He ends up parked in the barrier of turns 1 and 2. Oh, my gosh. Swanson, that was just a terrible chain of events there. Oh, my goodness. I'll try and re-explain everything that just was happening there. Hey, we're up to 3,128 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so I don't even know where. So Beeson in the 88 just jumped the cushion. Okay, so the previous lap, him and Briscoe were going at it off of turn 2, and I think he kind of got squeezed in the outside wall a little bit, like barely was able to keep it going straight. Then the next time around into turn 1, got it beached up on the, or not beached, but almost beached it on the cushion. And basically nearly came to a full stop. Everybody was doing their best to avoid him, but way back in the pack, guys just piled up on each other. And Swanson's able to drive away from it, but that's basically going to end his shot at it. Okay, so I'm trying to update you, though, on your top 7. But the 88 is actually still running, I believe, right about in one of those transfer spots, even though he caused all that and basically came to a full stop on the racetrack. Because of the timing of the yellow flag, was able to kind of keep his track position there. But it's Wyndham in the 89, then the 84, the 71, the 26. Your top 4, but your top 7 will all advance to the main event. Here we are with 3 laps to go. Here they go. Good start for Wyndham, but that's not who we're concerned about. But no, Beeson's around into turn 1, and that's going to bring the caution flag right back out. I think he got hooked by somebody, or he might have kind of closed the door on him and spun himself, but going right down into turn 1, he was backwards almost immediately, sliding into the outside wall, but he's going to be able to be rolling again, but his chances are dashed. Yeah, I believe Briscoe's now on the bubble right now. Man, this has been a crazy race here. So, yeah, Beeson, oh, he just actually spins himself out there. Yeah, that's all on him. He just almost turns in too early, it looks like, and just literally almost spins himself out in the middle of the straightaway there going into turn 1. So yeah, right now Briscoe is actually the cutoff driver. He has that 7th position, so all the pressure's on him. He's got to hold that spot to make it into the big show tonight. It's the 89, the 84, though, the 71, the 26, your top 4, and then I'm trying to get you a read on the next 2 guys before Briscoe. So then it's the 29 and 5th, and I still can't get a good read on the guy in 6th place, but then it's Briscoe. Okay, here we come. Green flag back in the air. Everybody's starting up top this time. Oh, the 67 down low trying to take that spot from Briscoe. He's going to have it, but Briscoe's going for the crossover. He's down low. The 67's up high. Oh, Briscoe way up on the curb, almost flips it. He's going to lose 2 more spots. That's going to take his chances. Oh, my goodness. Briscoe loses it there with 3 to go. 1 lap left in this one. The 67 of Timms holds on to the final transfer spot, using that outside line to his advantage, trying to actually take a spot here from the 29. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and Timms will get the final transfer spot, and McCarthy's going to come up just short in the 28. Oh, my goodness. Briscoe, though, had it for the majority of the race, but with 3 laps to go, Timms got the best of him. Then he kind of tried to drive it in there deep in turns 3 and 4 and just basically gobbled up the entire curb and almost flipped that thing. Yeah, Robbie, glad to hear that guy was okay. I'm trying to get you your official results, though, for the whole field on that one. Whew! What a race. Timms, though, was battling right around that cut line the entire time and was just able to sneak his way in there. But Wyndham, able to dominate the majority of that one. He might be somebody to keep an eye on when it comes down to the Yay feature tonight. But we still have one more prelim before we get to the big dance. We got the second B feature where the top 7 from that one will also race their way in to the big show. That'll be a 20-lap race as well. Robbie Dixon, Elliott Larson is not there. Elliott might be, but neither of them are racing. Briscoe, I believe, was like the last Cup guy or last big NASCAR guy to be in it, and he has just been eliminated. Yeah, Braxton, you got to love the action of the Chili Bowl. Thanks to everybody tuning in, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you haven't already, we got 30 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get it up to 15 likes. How about that? Oops. Yeah, like I said, Wyndham, somebody to keep your eyes on. Waiting to see the results here. Got to kind of just be constantly checking the Twitter page for the Chili Bowl. That's where the first news comes from. But your top 7, once again, transferring into the big show. Wyndham in the 89. Then you got Jade Avedison. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name in the 84. And then you got Brent Cruz in the 71M in 3rd. Zeb Wise in the 26R in 4th. Kevin Thomas in the 5T in 5th. Ryan Timms in the 67 in 6th. And then Tim Buckwalter just sneaking in 7th. And you had Ace McCarthy coming up just short. Bryant Weedman in 9th. And Briscoe rounds out your top 10 after losing it with just 3 laps left. Yeah, Jake Swanson had a valiant effort going, but just came up a little short there. Oops. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so Jade, I'm gonna keep mispronouncing this name. I gotta wait till I hear one of the announcers say it. But Jade Avidisan is just the second female in Chili Bowl Nationals history to qualify for the A main, and she's the second in 2 years. So keep your eyes out. That may be a trend for more women in the A main in the future. Yeah, trying to keep tabs on what's going on at the track for you guys. But I'd say, yeah, the second B feature probably is about 10 minutes away from getting underway here. And then I would say that'll probably take about 10 minutes to happen, or 10 minutes for that race to play out. And then probably another 45 before the A feature. So we still got a lot of talking before we actually get to the big dance here. Hey guys, we're up to 15 likes. I appreciate it. Nevik, yeah, you can watch it besides Full Racing on MAV TV. Yeah, Braxton, yeah, time to watch the end of the Jags-Chargers game. Is that game still a blowout? I'm actually going to check the score real quick. Just checking my... Sorry, real quick. Yeah, that Jags game, man, that was ugly. Anyways, don't want to get too caught up on that. It is... The Jags came back! Oh my gosh, I called it. Okay, I didn't say it, but I was saying if there's a team that I'd like... Because, honestly, they are losing because because... What's his face? Trevor Lawrence was just throwing the game away quite literally in the first quarter. And I was like, if he can just stop making these mistakes, the Chargers were not really capitalizing on his mistakes early on. I was like, the Chargers don't look that lethal right now. Like, I think the Jaguars could come back, but I really didn't think they were going to come back when they were down 24. I thought maybe when they were down 17, but wow. That's crazy. Also, another update, though. Jade, who is the second girl in the history of the Chili Bowl to qualify her way into the A main, this is also her first attempt at the Chili Bowl. So that's actually really impressive. Somebody you might want to keep your eyes on in the future. But I am a Bills fan, if you guys did not know, so... Pretty excited for the game tomorrow. I do say that, but I'm probably actually not even going to be watching too much of it. Already got plans. And, I mean, the Bills are going to blow the Dolphins out of the water. You heard it here first. It's not even going to be close. The Bills are about to smoke them. I mean, they're on their third-string quarterback. Like, if the Bills do lose that game, then they deserve to lose. That's all I can say. Don Brown, how about the 49ers? I know, I thought the 49ers were going to destroy the Seahawks, and then it was like, only a field goal game at halftime, and I was like, what's going on? But obviously they turned it on in the second half. But yeah, if the Jaguars somehow win this game, I don't even know what Chargers fans would be thinking, right? Like, I mean, that'd be so embarrassing. And the Chargers are going to have to punt the ball, man. This is crazy. The Jags might just come back here. Braxton Hall, you're a Bills fan for the rest of the year at this point. Welcome to the club. Yeah, honestly, it's about time the Bills just got to beat the Chiefs, man, again in the playoffs. I really think the Bills are I think they're the best team in the NFL at this point right now. I think the Eagles are probably a close second, and I'll say the Chiefs are third, and 49ers are probably fourth. I think if the 49ers had a more proven quarterback, then they would be very lethal. But I just think Brock Purdy, like you kind of saw in the first half, just wasn't doing his best, and I just think Brock Purdy really is the weakness of that team. But, I mean, if he can be playing at his peak, then they're going to be almost impossible to beat. Yeah, that's true, Braxton. That's true. You know, the Josh Allen jersey was the #1 sold jersey in 2022, which is really insane when you think about like the size of the Bills fan base, or like, I mean, Buffalo's a city of like 200,000 people. When you think about, you know, compared to something like Dallas, where it's like literally maybe like 20 million people, like in like the metro areas. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but like there's like 20 million people in like Texas. Man, yeah, if the Jaguars can come back and get that game, that'd be insane. Still waiting on the second B feature to be coming up here soon. Honestly, this would be such a fun event to go to. And Trevor Lawrence in shotgun. He's going to throw a dart to Christian Kirk, who's going to take it forward for 13 yards. Guys, should we do NFL live streams on this channel? I've contemplated doing it. I'm just thinking I like to watch the NFL games with my friends. Whereas with NASCAR and other such motorsports, I don't have anybody who actually likes NASCAR. So it's like I might as well just sit here and talk about it. Whereas NFL games, I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice that. But if I do make money doing it, then maybe I'll do it. Kenny Johnson, Sir Freeman III. If you had a race car, what would the number be? Okay. You know, I'll be honest with you. It would probably be in NASCAR in the Cup Series. If I were starting my own team, and whether I was the driver or just the owner, I would make it, I think it's the 65. 65 is the only number in the history of NASCAR that has not won a race. So that's why I'd make it the 65 to change history. Actually, it may not be that it's not won a race. I think it's the only number that hasn't even like led a lap, period. So I want the 65. I want to take the worst number in the history of NASCAR and make it the best. That's what I would do. If not that, I'd probably say 42. 42. You know, Kyle Larson's first Cup Series number. I'd probably go 42. I want to go 5 because I feel like 5 is already used like so much. Oh my gosh, the Jags are going to win this game. This is hilarious. Chargers are... Oh, that's bad. Yeah, A-Main probably coming at 1 a.m. Yeah, at this point, if it's taking this long just between the stinking B... Oh, the cars are rolling out for the second B feature. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So the B feature is going to be coming up here. Whew. Wait, hold on. What just happened? He had 4 INTs in the first half. I thought he only had 3. That's horrendous. If the Jags win the championship this year, that'd be pretty crazy. Talk about turnaround seasons of the century. Yeah, I'll be telling you guys the lineup here, though, for this B feature. On row 1, you got Chase McDermott in the 40M. To his outside, you got Brady Bacon in the 21H. In row 2, you got Kyle Jones in the 7U. To his outside, Trey Marcham in the 32T. In row 3, you got Blake Hahn in the 52. To his outside, Jason McDougal in the 47X. In row 4, you got the 98 of Tanner Carrick, and he is going to have that final transfer spot starting off. To his outside is Kaylee Bryson if you could have Kaylee Bryson make it, this would definitely be the first time you had 2 females in the Chili Bowl. And, oh boy, they already changed it. Anyways, you got Tim McCready in the 39 out of Watertown, New York. I'm going to be rooting on for Tim McCready. Got to get that New York representation. Then you got Kyle Spence to his outside in the 67X. In row 8, you got Thomas Missurall in the 7X. Dominic Garden in the 71K. Clinton Boyles in the 11B. Cameron Key to his outside. And then rounding out your field, you have Pittman Darren Pittman and Dazen Pursley. Oh man, this is about to get real interesting here, ladies and gents. Oh boy, yeah. Like I said, this is about to get real fun. So yeah, here's your run order again. I missed a couple there. So it's McDermott and Bacon on the front row, then Jones and Marcham in row 2, Hahn and McDougal in row 3, Carrick and Bryson in row 4, Boschel and Thornton Jr. in row 5, Park and Johnson in row 6, and then McCready and Spence in row 7, Missurall and Gordon in row 8, Boyles and Key in row 9, and Pittman and Pursley in row 10. Okay. Also, after that B main that just happened, there are now 3 rookies, 3 more rookies, I should say, in the main event, and those are Jade Avison and Brent Cruz and Ryan Timms, and all 3 of them are 16 years old or younger. So, the next generation, you could say. Okay, here we are about to get this B main underway. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We've already been live for about an hour here. Clocking in 300 viewers. I appreciate it. Hey, we're up to 3,128 subscribers. 3129. Hey, guys, we're only 1 subscriber away from 3,130. 1 subscriber away from 3,130. Just tossing that out there. Now drop a like if you haven't already, so we can get these next 20 laps underway. If you hit that subscribe button, it's scientifically proven that your driver will have a better chance of winning. Just tossing that out there. Do with that information as you please. There is actually no scientific evidence that is true, but what is true is the Jags are going to beat the Chargers, and that is pure comedy. Okay, I'm like I got my attention split between the Jags game comeback and the B main here. Okay, we got woo. Okay. And the Jags are going to kick a field goal here with 3 seconds left to come back in that game from being down, like 24-0. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay. I'm low-key keeping my eyes on, what's her name again? Kaylee Branson? Kaylee Bryson. Close enough. Kaylee Bryson, if we could get 2 girls in the main event, that'd actually be pretty crazy. If the Jaguars kickers sells that field goal, that'd be also hilarious. Okay. Okay, it looks like we might be going green next time by. Here they come. McDermott on the inside, Bacon on the outside. The top 7 transfer. Here they come. 20 laps around the Chili Bowl. McDermott's able to close him off. Oh, the 32 is jumping out, and Bryson moving up there, already picking up 2 spots here early on in that 71 purple Yahoo machine. Oh, somebody's popping up a wheelie there near the front. Somebody's shooting out near the way outside. And the caution is already out for the 67. That is, I believe, Spence. That is Spence in the 67. And the Jaguars make the field goal in that game, but there is a flag on the field. My attention's totally split. And no, okay, so field goal did count, and oh my goodness. How did the Chargers sell that so bad? Okay, so here we are. We're going to get restarted here again. I don't even know if we got 1 lap in. Yeah, I don't know. We did not even get 1 lap in. So Bryson's good start's just going to get totally reverted, and basically, yeah, we're going to act like nothing ever happened. So now it's going to be, once again, McDermott on the inside, Bacon on the outside, Jones on the inside of row 2, Marcham on the outside, then Hahn and McDougal in row 3, Carrick and Bryson in row 4. And the green flag is back out here at the Chili Bowl, 20 to go. Good restart down low for McDermott. Then the 47 diving it in on the outside. Bryson picking up some ground on the outside as well. And, oh, bumpers touching there. The 47 and the 21's going to get shoved to the outside. He's losing quite a few spots here on the opening lap. And Bryson is marching forward. I believe she's up to the 5th position here, or the 6th position. She's already picked up 2 spots here early on. But behind him, the 98 is going to take 7th. And, oh, the 21, man. Who is that again? I think it's Marcham who is just struggling right now. Oh, or no, that's Bacon. Bacon started on the front row, and he has dropped already outside of the top 10. A terrible start for Bacon. He is trying to turn things back around. We're not even 5 laps in, and he's already dropped outside of the top 10. What is going on that 21 machine? Still, the 5 Gia Basho holds on to that final transfer spot with 15 laps to go. He's got a lot of hard Chargers behind him. Here comes the 7, ripping it around the outside. No. Who is that? Timez. Oh, my goodness. On a move. My goodness. Timez on the outside. He is literally in his own world. He is just flying past these guys. He's picked up 4 spots in the last 2 laps. Look out. Timez coming through. He's going to go around Bryson as well, and that's now, I believe, for like the 6th position. Oh, my goodness, that pink hot rod looking to split the middle as well now. Trying to get by, who is that? The 55, I believe, or the 52 of Hahn? Oh, my goodness. Timez is on a rail right now, and he's going to get by the 47. Oh, and the 47 real sideways there, almost spins it out in front of the field, able to straighten her out, though. 10 laps to go. McDermott's staying out front, the 32 in second, the 7 in third, the 52 in fourth, the 5 in fifth. And then you got Timez 6th, and Bryson currently holds down the final transfer spot in 7th. But there's a whole pack of them starting to build up behind her, trying to chase down that final transfer spot into the A main. Also, Timez was flying, but it looks like he's kind of plateaued here in 6th place. But Bryson's starting to build up a bit of a cushion between her and the rest of the field behind him, about a half a straightaway, which isn't a lot of space, but quite a bit more breathing room than some of these guys got on this racetrack right now. But Bryson trying to pass Timez so that way she doesn't have to worry about being that driver on the cut line here as they come to 5 laps to go now. Oh, we got a flipper. Oh, my goodness. That's Boschel and Hahn. Hahn around and Boschel, and they were both running in transfer positions. They're running 4th and 5th, and their nights are over just like that. It looked like they both just had to coast it out for a couple more laps, and they would have been in the big dance. But next thing you know, the 5 is on its roof, and the 52 is backwards in the wall. It looks like they're going to be able to get both of these cars rolling again, but obviously coming from the back with 5 to go, that's probably not going to happen. Tough break for both of those two fellas. And now that those two have dropped out, that's going to move 2 guys now up into that top 7, and we're going to get a crazy restart here as well. That does give Bryson and T-Mez a bit of breathing room, though, now. Thanks, everybody watching, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, Don Brown, let's go racing, boys. Yeah, Braxton all looking like the Falcons, for real, in terms of the Jags game. Wow. And it looks like they're going to actually be having to, they're going to have to tow this 5G off the racetrack, so this might take some time here, actually. Oh, my goodness. So it looks like we're going to be getting ready to go here pretty soon. Doing some repairs to the track here real quick. Actually, the driver of the 5, I can't totally pronounce his last name, and I don't want to butcher it, but the 5G, he is definitely had the wind knocked out of him. He's climbed out of the, not all the way out of the car, but he's just sitting on the roof. Now he's getting out, but he's been sitting here a little bit. Looks like he's got the wind knocked out of him. That actually looks like that kid's only a teenager. But yeah, they are. Yeah, they look like they could possibly be concussed. They're definitely roughed up after that one. Oh wait, Marcham might have also been involved. Wait, I'm so confused. They didn't even show it. I think Marcham might also be, like, taken out in this one. They're just saying that Marcham's now, like, here, now we're going to finally get a replay here. We'll see of the actual incident, how it happened. So the 5, yeah, the 5 just gets on the cushion, flips it over himself. Then the 52 just runs into him, nowhere to go. And yeah, I don't know what happens to Marcham. That's totally separate. So, yeah, it looks like the issue with Marcham happened after the caution, so I don't know if that's going to cost him positions or not because, he didn't necessarily maintain caution speed. Don Brown from South Carolina. I'm from New York, so it's a lot colder up here, I'd imagine. Braxton Hall. NASCAR's rival scheme is pretty sweet. Yeah, it is. Actually, there are a couple nice schemes in this heat. Still not sure. Okay, so Marcham trying to see. I think he's going to keep his spot. Yeah, he keeps his spot. Yeah, Marcham's going to stay in second place. That is, like, that changes his night right there. That keeps him in it. And they're trying to get Hahn possibly back out on the racetrack. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get that 52 machine out there. That's a tough break, man. He actually was a complete innocent bystander in that one. Just a guy flipped right in front of him, and he almost avoided it, but going to end his night here. And they're going to roll him actually back out onto the racetrack, but obviously with, I believe, like 5 laps to go, it's going to take about a miracle to go from the tail back to the top 7. Man, my hair is divulging into a mess right now, guys. Bear with me. Another South Carolina and John Stark, okay. Go Ravens. Well, I think it's going to be tough without Lamar. Craig Smith, yo, do you do any other kinds of racing too? Oh, Craig, we are the NASCAR channel. We do NASCAR everything, which I know a lot of the dirt racing fans may be like, not as big on NASCAR, but I'm a NASCAR fan. Anyways, we're going to go to the green flag. I'll talk more about that later, but the 40 with a good restart there. Then the 32 staying on his bumper. Bryson trying to hold on to one of those final transfer spots, and everybody is ripping it around the top side, gunning everything they've got at it. Oh, Bursley from one of the transfer positions, ripping his way around the top. He raced his way in the C main. He's trying to advance that streak in the B main. Now we come to 5 laps to go. Oh, boy. Holding on to that final transfer position right now is the 98 of Carrick. Pursley's into the top 7, though, right now. Can Carrick hold him off in the 98? Here comes the 21 of Bacon in the top side. Bacon fell off early on. He's on the comeback run, though, here. Can the comeback kid get to it? Oh, Carrick with a wicked slider there. Bacon had to bail out on the gas to cross him over, but Bacon's going to take that 7th position away. Carrick has dropped out on the transfer positions. And now it's Bacon back into the top. Oh, that's Pittman. I am sorry. I've been off this entire time. That's Pittman, not Bacon. That is Pittman. Okay. That is Pittman into the 7th position. Carrick in 8th. 1 to go this time by. Does anybody have anything for Pittman? Here comes the 39 down low and turns 1 and 2. He's able to drive it in there. Pittman might lose it here on the final lap. Oh, Pittman wheeling it, and he's going to lose it. Pittman comes up just short. Oh, my goodness. Who was that? McCready. McCready able to take that spot on the final lap. The 39 machine gets the final spot in the Chili Bowl. Oh, my goodness. Braxton, you're from Indiana, racing capital of the world. What do you think about that new Formula One plant that's coming there? Here, I'm looking at trying to find the official results on that one. That was pretty crazy, but also with Kaylee Bryson making it in, this is, I believe, the first time there have been 2 females in the main event. I'm trying to find the official results here for you really quick. So, yeah, you're Chase McDermott, Trey Marcham, 2nd, Kyle Jones, 3rd, Timez in 4th, Kaylee Bryson in 5th, and Dacian Pursley in 6th. He advanced from the C main, and then Tim McCready in 7th. Oh, my goodness, guys. This A-main is about to get pretty crazy, guys. Also, over-under. How long does it take for the A-main to start? A half hour, an hour, 2 hours? So, yeah, this is the first time there have been 2 females in the A-main for the Chili Bowl. And there have only been 2 females that have ever made the A-main. 12:25. Are we saying Eastern time? I'm saying over. I'm going to make this... We're putting a poll, actually. Oh, we got caps lock on. When does the A-main start? The guy they're interviewing sounds like Brad Keselowski, but it's not. 12:25. Okay, here we go. Yeah, when does the A main start? We're putting that poll up real quick. How many laps did they run in the A main? They were on 55. Shield X, how are you doing? It's been a while. We got a lot of votes for 12:45. Oh man, I don't know, another hour. Oh boy. Yeah, just driver intros, that takes a while. We might have to go get some refreshments, to be honest with you. Yeah, they are. Whoa, my good. They are literally just soaking that track right now. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for them to work that thing in. Like they are. They just basically dumped a whole gallon of water on every square inch of that track right now. Don Brown, 10-4. Oh, okay. I was like 10-4. Oh, 10-4. I get you. I get you. Okay, trying to find the lineup though for the A main. Now that they've got all the results in.
You don't realize, how much the prayers mean.
So, Jade Advison, just so you know, guys, is the rookie of the year. She was the only rookie of the 80 that attempted to make it in to qualify in the A main. Yeah, as soon as I get the lineup for the main event, I will let you guys know. You think the track's holding up better than in years past? Honestly, I don't got enough knowledge. Spastic Rumbler, Boschel. I'm sorry if I totally mispronounced that. But he was running in the transfer spot with, I think, 6 laps to go. He was in like 5th place, or no, 4th place actually, running well. And then going into turn 1, just gets up on the cushion too much. And he flipped that thing, I think, 2 or 3 times. Also collected Han, who was running 5th place, took out 2 of the top 7. There were just 5 laps to go. That was the big event of that second B feature. Don Brown, who's on pole? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out real quick. Scrolling through here, on Twitter, trying to find something. Okay, on pole. Oh wait, you got the pole is going to the 39, and that is the driver of the 39. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh wait, Logan Seavey. Okay, he's on pole. And then you got Hank Davis starts outside, and Cannon McIntosh in 3rd, and Tanner Thorson, the defending champion, in 4th. That's your top 4. Looking back at the chat. Byron Fleming, no, we just do it. I just commentate as best I can. Aztec Rumbler, we run them at Millbridge Speedway in Salisbury, North Carolina, and I can only follow the live timing on my race pass. Interesting. Okay, hold up. Yeah, guys, appreciate everybody tuning in, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Honestly, guys, if you did not know, this is more so a NASCAR channel. We do the live commentary to the NASCAR races. Obviously, it's almost the end of the offseason, so we've been kind of inactive here for a little while, but we're going to have some content coming your way as the preseason starts to come up. Thanks to everybody tuning in. And, hey, I just noticed we're up to over 3,130 subscribers. We're up to 3,132. I appreciate it. Hey, we might even be able to get to 3,140 before the race is over. Also, I'm kind of interested to see what happens to my Flow Racing account because my Flow Racing account anyways. I'm sorry, I'm just totally brain farting here real quick. Yeah, no, so I bought Flow Racing last year for the Chili Bowl, and well, the Chili Bowl, you know, my account expires on January 15th, which is tomorrow, or that starts at midnight. And I'm not sure if that means it expires after January 15th or it's going to expire at midnight. And so I'm like, am I going to have to like renew this right now? Or will it like keep going until I exit the app? So we're going to find out. We'll work it out though some way or another. Thanks to everybody tuning in though. We got 500 viewers so far. I appreciate it. 500 viewers tonight. That is already, I believe, more than we've gotten in all of 2023. Yeah, we've only gotten 270 views so far in 2023, which, I mean, makes sense. We haven't uploaded any content to the channel. But regardless, yeah, that is already double what we've gotten so far this year. Yeah, right now we got 10 votes in the poll. 40% of you guys think we're going to get started at 12:45. Oh, still about an hour away. Feel free to ask me any NASCAR questions. Try to pass the time. We're going to say who wins. We're going to say we'll put Thurston as one option. We're making a who wins poll real quick for you guys in the chat. Or Thorson. My bad. Thorson or CV, or we'll say other. Oh, yeah. Who's your favorite Cup driver? Okay. Me? Okay, my favorite Cup driver. I say me. Okay, yeah. My favorite Cup driver is Kyle Larson. And I'm not a bandwagon. I'm not a bandwagon, like, genuinely. Yeah, I would say originally, I'm a younger fan. I'm like a younger human being. I'm only 18, so I didn't really start paying attention to NASCAR very closely, like on a week-to-week basis. Really keeping track till about 2014. So, and before that, the first driver I liked was Juan Pablo Montoya. I just liked the red Target car, as a little kid, so was my favorite driver. And then, once I really started paying attention, that's when Larson took over. So ever since, I've been a Larson fan. Don Brown, Chase Elliott. Yeah, my brother is a Chase Elliott fan. Yeah, I'm pretty neutral on most drivers. I wouldn't say there's anybody I really dislike, at least not yet. And, you're like Braxton Hall, you like Kyle Busch. I wouldn't say that I love Kyle Busch, but I do like Kyle Busch. I dislike Kyle Busch, but that is why I like Kyle Busch. I like Kyle Busch because he is a true villain, and NASCAR needs more villains. Also, oops, I just noticed that I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Anyways, yeah, I like Kyle Busch because he plays the villain. Walter Douglas, why so late? Oh, it's just, this is how the Chili Bowl is every year, man. They drag it out, man. It's a whole production, basically. They just take their time, and yeah, usually it doesn't get started till about 12:30 Eastern time. I do not have the lineup yet, Walter, but I am looking around. I'll let you know as soon as I can. I don't really know why they haven't uploaded it somewhere online yet. I do. Your pole center, though, is CV. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not a huge dirt racing fan. The only reason I really follow dirt racing is because I'm a Larson fan, so I naturally kind of followed him over to his dirt racing expo or his dirt racing adventures. So that's kind of I watch I have Flow Racing, so I'll watch the races here and there. And my local track or the racetrack that's closest to me is a dirt track, so I appreciate dirt racing. I'm no asphalt. What would be the word? Extremist or elitist? No, asphalt elitist. You're a fan of Tanner Holmes? Wait, is that the guy with the YouTube channel? Because I do watch his YouTube videos occasionally. Yeah, you're a fan. Yeah, that's the guy with the YouTube channel. That's what I just looked up. Yeah, he seems pretty chill. Don Brown, you like Brandon Shepard? Is he racing this though? Isn't he out on like the West Coast with Larson and what's his name? The guy that drives the 49? What, Superman? I'm blanking. Well, like Pierce and how can I not remember his name? The guy in the 49 that has been winning all of the super dirt late model races out there. Walter Douglas, you pitted for a World of Outlaw car in the 80s? That's pretty cool, man. I was not in existence in the 80s. I would say any new rules in NASCAR this season? Not that I know of. Or maybe, there's like going to be a rain, there's the rain tire at the road courses. That's going to be implemented at some of the short tracks. So at at Martinsville, Richmond, and Phoenix, and I want to say maybe New Hampshire. Some like the flatter short tracks. That would be pretty cool to see if that gets implemented. But also, I don't think it's going to be used like the road course tire. They use the road course tire in complete downpour, whereas the short track, or I should say the short flat track tire, I think they'll only be able to use if the rain is kind of stopped and it's just damp. The purest racing is dirt. I think the like one of the positives of dirt racing is that relatively speaking, it's cheaper to run than asphalt, and it pays more. So. I know Braxton. I was like, if there's a Phoenix Championship rain race, I mean, it does. I find it funny. Like they put Phoenix down. I'm like, it rains in Phoenix like 4 days a year. So, but still. If there was a Phoenix rain race for the championship, that would be funny, but oh my gosh, that would truly, I feel like, make the winning the championship literally the most pointless thing ever. In my opinion, I like the thrill, the drama that the playoff bracket brings. But they cannot have it come down to one race, especially if it's going to be at Phoenix. Like in my opinion, Phoenix is like one of, if not the worst tracks on the schedule currently. So, that'd just be blah. If it came down to a total crapshoot like that at Phoenix to give you a champion, then that's not a real champion in my opinion. Even if the dominant driver wins, the dominant driver from the season, I mean, that's just kind of stupid to me. Rain shortened the 2015 round of 8 Phoenix race. I don't even remember that, man. Homestead should be the championship race. 110% agree with you, Braxton. That, like, by far, preach it, man. Homestead should be the championship race. Leave it there. Or Homestead or Charlotte. I think that would actually be pretty cool. The only thing is it might be getting like too cold in Charlotte that time of year. But I would think it's like the first weekend in November. It can't be that cold. But especially with like how good the mile and a half racing is right now, especially like at Charlotte last year. I know they only had one race there, but like if that same level of racing carries over this year, I think Charlotte would actually be pretty cool. Also because it's where NASCAR is. Like that's the home track, I guess you could say. Or it's like, yeah, it is the home track in NASCAR. So it'd be kind of cool to like be wrapping up there. So I would like a Charlotte Championship race. And you're also like in kind of the heart of the majority of where the NASCAR fan base is. So like you would just pack that place out. Now I know they have sold out Phoenix, and I don't think they wouldn't really sell out the championship race, but regardless of where it was held. But yeah. Talladega, see, here's where I'm going to disagree with most people. A lot of people are like, don't necessarily like my opinion on this as much, but I just feel like making the championship race at Talladega or Daytona that's just too extreme in my opinion. Or and even Bristol, Brady, I see what you're saying. I think Bristol and even like Bristol, Martinsville, like those two, just no. I feel like it's similar to the plate race idea. Like it just comes down to anybody could just drive through somebody for the win. Excuse me. Whereas at least on a mile and a half, I feel like there's a bit more racecraft involved, you know. But I'd also say I do think a Bristol night race would be cool. But actually, another thing I'm saying here, I think something that would be really, really, really cool is if we ended the season at Daytona. But hear me out. Not like it doesn't come down to one race. If you just changed it either to the final 10 races like before, or you made like the final round was 3 races, I don't know, something like that. Or, it was just the playoffs were just 5 races and it was like, just 5 races. And the final race was at Daytona. I think that would actually be pretty cool. As long as it doesn't come down to a 1-race shootout at Daytona, I'm okay with that. I feel like that's a bit too, like that's just too corny. Like that's just dumb luck in my opinion. Not that it wouldn't be cool, but I just feel like it would ruin the legitimacy of the championship. But if you had, a championship format where the points carry over from each race going into that final race at Talladega or Daytona, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because then you would have the season bookend by, a race to start the year at Daytona and a race to end the year at Daytona. And, everybody talks about how, the Daytona 500 is the Super Bowl of NASCAR. But it's like, that's kind of like, it's like reverse logic. It's like, why'd you have the Super Bowl at the start of the season? Because then it's like, well, yeah, that'd be the biggest thing. And then everything else would be like less important as it goes on. So how about you had the Super Bowl be at the end of the season? Boom. There you go. Daytona 500. Now this would be revolutionary. And I don't know if you actually have to do this, but like if you had the Daytona 500 at the end of the season, maybe you don't move the 500, maybe just have another 500-mile race at the end of the season. But like actually making the Daytona 500 the end of the season, that'd actually be pretty cool in my opinion. Because Daytona also has the facilities. Like Talladega, I see people saying Talladega. Talladega is not near the track in terms of facilities. And I don't really know how to say it's niceness, I guess. In terms of like the experience for the fan. I think Daytona just has so much more infrastructure. And it's like in a more urban space. I think Daytona would be a really cool place to end the season. Don Brown, Talladega, and Bristol are your 2 favorite tracks. Respect that. I mean, yeah, they're definitely probably top 5 on almost anybody's list. Brady, I see what you're saying about Atlanta. I'd be okay with Atlanta. I just feel like if you're gonna change it to a super speedway track to end the season, just change it to Daytona, man. Daytona. That's how you go. North Wilkesboro. I think first you're gonna have to completely bring the track back. And then you're also gonna have to make sure that we have a good short track package. Because right now, if the short track package stays in the bad state that it is in, then you're just wasting your time. You're going to have the world's fastest freight train. I was at the spring race in Martinsville. I won 4 free tickets to the spring race in Martinsville. And so we decided, my dad and some friends drove down to that race. It was a 11-hour drive, but we drove down. Now the Xfinity Series race, the fight at the end, Dale Jr. being there, that was awesome. And, still being at a race no matter what is pretty cool. But, oh my gosh, that Cup race was horrendously boring. It was so bad. Literally, you could not pass at all. And then, like, the the bulk, like the crap caution at the end for Todd Gilliland, like being out of the groove with like 3 laps to go or whatever, that didn't make it any better. I mean, that was just such a bad race. But the coolest thing was some random stranger walked up to me and gave me a pit pass. And so I was able to go into the infield for that race, and that was like the coolest experience of my life. And a pit pass is like $600, so that was like really cool. The first race at Martinsville was horrible. Second was, okay, yes, it was good. It was good. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was amazing. I'm trying to think if you like take out the Ross Chastain move, it's still actually a really good race. But I do have to say, comparing race 1 and race 2, I don't think the package was really much better. I think the only difference was in the second race, and this is what I was kind of saying about the first race, is in the first race, nobody really tried to push the issue. And the second race, because there were the championship implications, people were bumping and banging, like fully driving into each other. And that's what it was going to take to make passes happen. So that's why I think the second race is really good. But I think unless you're going to be able to get the drivers to admit or come with that emotion, that anger, being willing to drive through people just all the time, I don't think the short track package right now is going to produce very good racing. But if you do find people that are going to be angry all the time, then it will produce good racing, because you basically have to crash the guy in front of you to be able to pass them in this current era of the short track package. Oh, the Clash, yeah. Don, you don't like the Clash? Okay, I do think it's going to be interesting, because I did just say the Clash, the short track package sucked all year, but actually at the Clash, which you would think would be like, that would make the short track package the worst. The Clash last year was, the main event wasn't great, but the heat races were really good. In my opinion, I actually really like the Clash, which, maybe that's probably what NASCAR wants to hear, because they're trying to, I guess, reach, the younger audience. And I guess I'm that younger audience, and, I actually think it's kind of cool. I feel like the Clash at Daytona was really dying, honestly. It was just dying. Especially recently. It was like nobody would show up to watch it, and then you just have it turn into like a wreck fest only with like 20 cars. So I think it was something that could definitely be moved, and especially now, since there's no longer really speed weeks, like the guys are going to show up to the Daytona on like Wednesday, and it used to be that they would show up, like a Thursday in advance, like a week and a half in advance, for all the testing and stuff, but now none of that even happens, so there's just no point. There's not like that preseason thunder or whatever it was called, but so I just feel like, there's no point. Might as well move it. And I think if you're going to move it, they do it in a pretty interesting way. I think that's actually a really cool way to like engage people. Like, I had friends that were like, dude, they're racing inside a football stadium? That's cool. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. If I lived in LA, I know I'm already a NASCAR fan, but I'd be like, heck yeah, I'm doing that. And then I feel like if you're like just a mild NASCAR fan or not a NASCAR fan at all, and you were like, had the money to go do something or buy tickets, something like that, I'd be like, dude, that's cool. That's cool. Or and then they got some like, what, I forget what the 2 artists they have performing are. And I know not everybody loves the artists, but I feel like last year, Pitbull, Ice Cube, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just an average person that's trying to maybe, that like NASCAR is trying to, and capture, you can go see Pitbull, have a concert, and have some race cars go around in circles, but I honestly think that's, sell me right there, man. Like, you got me sold. So honestly, I don't think stadium racing should come to the schedule as actual points paying races, at least not for a couple of years, if they can like find a format to make the race or make a track that has the capacity for all 40 cars. But I will say for now, to keep the Clash as like, maybe even if it doesn't stay in the LA Coliseum, if it rotates around, I'm totally down. I think that's a really cool way to reach kind of a new audience. Thoughts on Chicago Street Course? I'm positive on it. I don't love it, but I will say I like it. I still, though, if it's a bad race, then I'll be negative on it somewhat. But I still have to. I don't think I could ever dislike it because I think it's a step that NASCAR, I think, kind of needs to take. Maybe not necessarily doing a street course, but they need to, I don't know, like reach the younger audiences a little better. Yes, I agree. I wish they'd chosen a different city. But I think people are also making a bit too much of a deal over the city. They're just trying to find a big urban, like find one of the biggest cities, and you already have Miami, Las Vegas. Those two are already taken. Then you already have IndyCar, like in Nashville. And I think the thing is like, if you go to one of those 3 cities I just named, it's like you're going to be overshadowed by the series that already goes there. So you don't want to be in the shadow of somebody, I guess. But I think Chicago, I think it's all right. I'm trying to think of a better example. I don't know. But I do think it kind of sucks that they took Road America off the schedule. I know that's not popular with a lot of fans, but personally, in my opinion, I don't like Road America. At least for NASCAR racing. I think in other forms of racing, Road America is great, but for NASCAR's, not really. They're too bulky. That's basically all I gotta say. It just, even with the next gen, which is supposedly better at road course racing, just it's not it. But I would say also, hold on, I'm thinking. I'm sorry, I'm brain farting. It's 12:10 now, guys. It's 12:10. I'm starting to get tired. Hey, we're up to 13. We're up to 31-33, guys. I appreciate it. Anyways, Brexton Hall, you're also sad about Chicagoland and Kentucky. Yeah, I think it's similar. Just you had too many mile and a halves popping up all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm sad about it, but I mean, right now, think about the schedule currently, and think about what would you put Chicagoland on the schedule for and Kentucky on the schedule for. I mean, the only things I can think of are removing a Phoenix race, but that's never going to happen because they just did all the renovations to Phoenix, and maybe a Richmond race, or is Richmond already down to 1 race? No, Richmond. Yeah, remove a Richmond race, or well, Texas. I totally blanked on Texas. Yeah. Yeah, no, Texas, hopefully the remodel goes well there, so that way things will at least turn around a little bit at Texas, because, yeah, that's not like going to be going off the schedule anytime soon, I imagine. Hey, also, I mean, they're racing in Tulsa. Maybe we need to get a race in Oklahoma City. Street race in Oklahoma City, I actually think that could be pretty cool. A street race in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is a pretty cool city if you haven't been there. And that's like kind of a cool market. I don't know. I feel like that's a market that's not really totally capitalized on out there. And obviously you got, racing interest here, with this. NASCAR Clash inside the Expo Center. A NASCAR Clash on dirt. Oh, my gosh. The Expo Center is too small, but that would be hilarious. You'd only be able to have, 10 cars on there. What are your guys' thoughts on Bristol Dirt? Yes or no? I like Bristol Dirt. I think Bristol Dirt's good. I don't love it, but I'm positive on it. I kind of wish that we could have 2 pavement races on Bristol and a dirt race, but I don't think it deserves the hate it gets. And honestly, I think that could be a really cool tradition, having the Bristol dirt race on Easter. I think that'd be really cool. Brady, I know. It's like, yeah, I do agree, though. It's like Eldora's right there. It would be, I feel like it would make sense to have it at Eldora, but I don't know. You're like McDonald's. You're loving it, Don. Yeah, go to Eldora. Make Tony happy. Make Tony Stewart happy. Braxton, although they should lengthen the race a little bit, it took 4 hours last year, and that was with it 2 rain delays. Yes, but it's with it being on dirt, it's really hard to lengthen it. I do have to say the rain delays adding that length, adding like that just interesting aspect that constantly kept coming and going. That actually made that race was so much fun. I honestly, last year I think was probably the best season I've ever seen in NASCAR, in my opinion. The Coke 600, oh my goodness, what a race! And like, then you had the second race of the season at Fontana. Oh, what a race! I can't wait to go to Fontana again. Bristol Dirt, a crazy finish. Like, that was crazy. Coda, that was pretty crazy finish. I'm thinking of what are more like good races. I mean, obviously the second Martinsville race with the Hal Mellon. Oh my goodness, that's another one. I mean both Atlanta races were pretty good. I mean, the mile and a halfs were good. Like Kyle Larson and Kurt Busch at Kansas. Kansas won. That was a really fun battle to watch. The mile and a half racing was unbelievable. Great mile and a half racing. Trying to think what else. What were some other good races? I mean, even Watkins Glen was really cool. I was at Watkins Glen. Dover not Dover. Dover was all right. I think what are other good ones? I feel like an old man. I can't remember. Oh, the Southern 500. That was a pretty fun race. The Xfinity race at the Xfinity fall race at Darlington. Richmond won with the strategy. Yeah, another one that was really engaging down the stretch. Chili Bowl's not over, Carson. We are not to the A main yet. Yeah, we're probably a half hour away from getting started. I'm just trying to stay up here with you guys tonight. Yeah, Carson, we still got a long ways to go. Braxton All Best races are Monday afternoon races. I'm trying to think. Was there like a good rain delay race last year? I can't even remember. Oh, how about the Coke 400? That was hilarious. Or the rain delay. I know that kind of left a lot of sour taste in people's mouths, but it was just kind of goofy to see all those back markers running in the top 10 there. Scott Long, you guessed a 1 a.m. start. Yeah, we might. I don't know. It looks like a lot of guys are getting ready to roll out, but we haven't even done driver intros yet, so I think it's probably going to be a little ways away. You're a Denny fan? Wait, we're Trace. Yeah, Denny. Yeah, I mean, that was. Yeah, you'd be pretty happy with that one, for sure. Oh, the Indy Road Course. Yeah, that's another one I forgot about. Yeah, now albeit that one kind of had some of its, you could say ugly moments. That was another great. I totally forgot about that. That was an amazing one. Indy Road Course has got quite the infamous story so far. Kenneth Clark, how about Haley Deegan racing with the big boys? Okay. Haley Deegan, my quick thoughts. I feel like this is a make or break season for her. She's going to be able to have a ride. Even if she keeps struggling, I would say so far she's struggled. I think that's pretty undeniable. I can say she could keep struggling and probably still have a truck ride for at least 2 more years. But I think she's really got to try and do. Now that she's in better equipment, even though I'd say her equipment last year was almost top of the line. Even though now she now has no excuse. So we'll see what she can do this year. But I would say she doesn't really have to necessarily win a race, but playoffs, got to make the playoffs this year. I'd say that. Got to make the playoffs. Yeah, rain falling inside the Expo Center. I think the only rain falling is just they putting so much water down on the racetrack. But yeah, this year, I mean, I'm interested. So the races I'm planning to go to also, it's kind of hard to justify, or I shouldn't say justify, but decide which races to go to. Because, not only do they cost money to go to, and I don't really live, the closest race for me is 2.5 hours away, and then the next closest is 6 hours, and then 8 hours plus for anything beyond that. So it's kind of hard for me to justify going to a race, especially when I commentate them on here. So I'm not able to do that. And honestly, like, it's kind of like I want to like keep growing the audience on here. So it's kind of like, you know, almost like hurts me to just go and enjoy a race in person. But right now, my tentative schedule for races is Watkins Glen. I go to Watkins Glen every year because I live in New York. Dover, but that might not happen because I have like my finals are literally the day after Dover, so I'd have to drive all the way through the night, and then I'd be able to. So I'd have to drive. Yeah, anyways, I'd have to go to Dover and then drive all the way through the night to take an exam the next morning. So I don't really know if I want to do that. And also, the drivers are coming out to kind of like the driver intros, so we're getting closer to the green flag. I'll say that. Braxton Hall, you'll make sure to come to more of these broadcasts this season. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think what we're going to try and bring to this channel here more so is going forward is I'm going to try and record some more videos, even if they're a bit short and sweet, only about 5 minutes. I'm going to try and upload some more video content on here. And then with that, might try and see if we can get some driver interviews on here. Not necessarily any, like, you know, big names, for instance. Yeah, obviously, this is a pretty small operation at the moment. But, you know, like I said, there's quite a few Western New Yorkers that are competing in ARCA nowadays. So might try and get an interview with one of those guys. Or, for instance, in the Xfinity Series, you got Emerling Gase Motorsports. Patrick Emerling is actually right out of Western New York, Orchard Park, New York, where the Buffalo Bills are based. Never been to Darlington, Don Brown. The only tracks that I've ever been to, my first race was Dover in 2021, so I didn't even get to see a race till actually I was quite a bit older. Anyways, but Dover 2021, and then the following year in 2022. So the first race I went to was Dover, then I've been to Watkins Glen, and I've been to Martinsville, and... Wait, no. I want to say I've been to more tracks than that. Oh, well, then I've been to Richmond, not for a race, but I was driving home from the Martinsville, and we stopped at, this is a pretty cool story real quick, but driving home from the Martinsville spring race, and I was like, oh, Richmond is literally like 2 minutes off the highway. So we stopped in, and I was like, I just went up to the ticket booth. There was like literally like one guy in there, and he was like, oh, do you want to go around to the track? And so I did, and then he let us take our car, and we were driving some hot laps around Richmond Raceway. So that's a pretty cool story there for you. And, I think, all I've been to is Martinsville, Dover, Watkins Glen. So, I see, obviously, I got a lot more exploring to do, but this coming year, my plan is to go to Dover, tentatively, Watkins Glen, Pocono, and then New Hampshire maybe. I'm probably going to go to the Indy 500, not NASCAR race, but Indy 500. And then we might go to the Montreal F1 race. So, there you go. Might get a little taste of more than one this year. Oh, I got you, Scott. Well, here we are coming for the driver intros here at the Chili Bowl. Finally, driver intros. Yeah, here. So rolling off at the tail end of the field is Tim McCready. Also, that means we should have our starting order out here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Here is your A main lineup. 24 drivers are going to be starting the A main tonight, narrowed down from more than 360 coming into the week. On the front row, the man who has not lost a single race this entire week, Logan Seavey out of Sutter, California, in the 39 machine. If I mispronounce any of these names, let me know in the chat. Anyways, in second, to his outside is the 29S of Hank Davis out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. In row 2, you got Cannonball McIntosh out of Bixby, Oklahoma in the 08. To his outside, the defending winner, Tanner Thorson, out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. You got 3 Oklahomans in your top 4. He's in the 88 machine. In row 3, you got Rico Abreu out of St. Helena, California in the 24. To his outside, Shane Golubic out of Fremont, California in the 17W. In row 4, you got Emerson Axum out of Franklin, Indiana in the 19T. To his outside is Spencer Baston out of Lebanon, Indiana in the 1S. In row 5, you got Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California in the 89X. And rounding out your top 10 is Justin Grant from Ione, California in the 2J. In row 6, you got Chris Wyndham, who raced his way in the B feature out of Canton, Illinois. Keep your eye on him in the 89 machine. To his outside, the winner of B feature number 2, Chase McDermott out of Springfield, Illinois in the 40M. In row number 7, you got your first of your 2 females racing in the Chili Bowl tonight. Jade Avedison out of Clovis, California in the 84. And her outside is Trey Marcham from Newcastle, Oklahoma in the 32T. In the row 8, you got Brent Cruz from Denver, North Carolina in the 71M. And to his outside, Kyle Jones out of Cannondale, Texas in the 7U. In row 9, you got Zeb Wise out of Angola, Indiana in the 26R. And Timez Thomas Masserol out of San Jose, California in the 7X. In row 10, you got Evan Thomas Jr. out of Coleman, Alabama in the 5T. And to his outside, the second of the 2 females in this race tonight, Kaylee Bryson out of Mosagee, Oklahoma in the 71. And then you got Ryan Timms, the 16-year-old out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma in the 67 and 21st. Rolling off 22nd is Dazen Pursley, who qualified his way in all the way from the C main. He's from Locust Grove, Oklahoma in the 19A. Rounding out your field is Tim Bucklewater out of Douglasville, PA in the 29. And then representing New York is Tim McCready from Watertown, New York in the 39T. That rounds out your field for the Chili Bowl Nationals here in 2023. This race is going to be going in to the early morning hours of January 15th, but I've appreciated everybody who's been able to stick around with us. I figured out how to pronounce the one girl's name now that I've heard it over the speakers. Jade Avedisian. There we go. Avedisian. I think I was saying like Avedisian. Avedisian. There we go. I was pretty close. But that's your starting order. Musk OG. Scott Long. Okay. There you go. Thank you. Braxton Hall. Yeah, Briscoe was the last one standing, and he got eliminated with like 2 minutes left there. Big ball. I won 55-6 in our franchise. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I'm in a sim league, and my team dominated, as I suspected they would. Nicole Wembley. How many laps is the feature? 55. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, we're up to 3135, guys. Hey, we're only 5 subscribers away from 3140. How about you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already? It's a free way to help support what we do here at Freeman Motorsports. Also, we're only 1 like away from 30 likes. Thanks to everybody who's willing to stay up here. It's 12:30. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm thinking that we're probably going to be getting started around 1 a.m., Oh, boy. Thanks to everybody tuning in, like I've been saying. Yeah, we're just over 2 hours into the stream. And, yeah, we got the A-main still coming up. Yeah, guys, we are going to have some updates coming to the setup before the start of the NASCAR Cup Series season, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But only one rookie out of the 80-plus that entered this Chili Bowl made it to the main event. And that was Jade Avedisian, the second female ever to make it into the big show. And she is part of the first ever pairing of females to make it into the big dance. Her and Kaylee Bryson. Those are the two storylines to keep your eyes on. See if one of them can set the record for the highest finishing female in the Chili Bowl. Maybe even see if one of them can get a win. Thanks to everybody closing in. Thanks to everybody tuning in. We're closing in on 1,000 viewers on the night. Appreciate it. We might hit the next goal of subs before the green flag. Yeah. Braxton Hall over. All right, new question. Over under checkered flag at 2 a.m. Oh, dude, I don't even want to think like that. I want the race. I like the race, but I also want it to, end at a mildly reasonable hour. Yeah, I'd say... I think this thing will end by 2 a.m., though. I think it'll end by 2 a.m. We'll probably get the green flag within the next half hour. Woo! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my mouth is starting to hurt. I can't even lie from all this talking. But I would say the people I'm going to keep my eyes on besides Logan Seavey, you got to have your eye on him. He has not literally lost anything so far in these Chili Bowl Nationals. You got to keep your eye on Tanner Thorson, defending winner of this event. Then you also need to keep, I would say, Chris Windham in mind. He looked really, really strong in his B main feature. And rolling off 11th with 55 laps, that's all the time in the world to make up that ground. But I'm still interested to see how Tim McCready can do, starting all the way down in 24th. A New Yorker. See what he can pull off. So driver intros are over. So now they just got to get the final track preparations finished. And then we'll be along to the big dance. Whew. Whew. Getting ready. Getting excited. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kenneth, we might hit the next scroll of subscribers for the next green flag. Hopefully. Trying to get to 3,140 subscribers, guys. We are 5 subscribers away from 3,140. Let's get it. We have gained, I believe, we've gained 12 subscribers already tonight. I appreciate it. Everyone counts. This is our first stream of the new year. So thanks to everybody tuning in. I think our goal, so just so you guys know, this channel has really grown. So at the start of this time last year, we were at I believe, 1,200 subscribers. 1,200, so we have gained nearly 2,000 subscribers over the past year. And also, just to give you a perspective, even really incense, we were really getting hot there towards the end of the summer. Going into that final race of the regular season for NASCAR, we are at 2,050 subscribers. And between that race to the championship race at Phoenix, we gained over 1,000 subscribers in just 3 months. And we weren't even live for every week. We were only live for about 5 races inside of there. So I'm really looking forward to big things here in 2023. And I think our goal for subscribers is 7,500. 7,500. So that would be pretty big. And our stretch goal, if we could somehow pull this off, is 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Now that might be pretty bold. That is tripling our size. But I'm planning to hit the ground running here in 2023. No, we lost one. But you know what? You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some. This is a long battle ahead of us. Scott Longer, sorry you crack up the thought of Rico in a midget race. You used to like him in the sprints. Come on. We can't be making these. We can't be laughing about this stuff here. Oh yeah, but this is going to be getting interesting here. Closed in on 900 viewers on the night, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be back here momentarily, though. I'm going to go refresh myself, get ready for the big event coming your way here soon, probably in about 15 to 20 minutes, give or take. Hopefully we're getting that green flag before 1 a.m. Fingers crossed. We're back.
I've been a little nervous all day, but I think strapping in this deal right here is kind of taking those
Whew. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Okay. These boys are ready to get after it. So, we're going to put up a new poll in the chat. Now, we got a 55 lapper coming up here, and we sure do love some chaos, don't we? So, how many flips are we getting in the Chili Bowl? Or flippers? Zero, one. Oh, it looks like we're actually getting ready to go here pretty soon. So, hey, that's a good sign. And there we go. How many flips are we getting here in the main event? But with that, we'll be bringing you your starting lineup one final time before we go the full distance of 55 laps from the Tulsa Expo Center to see who's going to win the Chili Bowl Nationals. On the front row, you got... oops. I clicked the wrong thing there. Ignore all this as I continue to talk as if I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. On the front row, you have Logan Seavey, the man who has not lost anything yet this week here at Tulsa. From Sutter, California, driving the number 39 machine. To his outside, Hank Davis. From Sand Springs, Oklahoma, on the 29S in row 2, you have Cannon McIntosh. From Bixby, Oklahoma, in the 08. And in the 88, to his outside, you got Tanner Thorson from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. In row 3, you got Rico Abreu from St. Helena, California, in the 24. To his outside, Shane Golubic from Fremont, California, in the 17W. In row 4, you got a pair of Indiana drivers. Emerson Axum from Franklin, Indiana in the 19T, and rolling off 8th, you got Spencer Baston from Lebanon, Indiana in the 1S. Rounding out your top 10, you got Mitchell Moles from Raisin City, California in the 89X, and Justin Grant from Ione, California in the 2J. Then you got your guys that race their way in the B features. You got Chris Wyndham from Canton, Illinois, in the 89, and to his outside, Chase McDermott from Springfield, Illinois, in the 40M. In row 7, you got Jade Avedison, the Rookie of the Year, this Chili Bowl, and just the second female to ever make the Chili Bowl main event from Clovis, California, in the 84. To her outside is Trey Marcham from Newcastle, Oklahoma, in the 32T. In row 8, you have Brent Cruz from Denver, North Carolina, in the 71M, and Kyle Jones from Kennendale, Texas, in the 7U. In row 9, you have Zeb Wise from Angola, Indiana, in the 26R. And rolling off to his outside is Teamez Thomas Meserol from San Jose, California, in the 7X. In row number 10, you have Kevin Thomas Jr. from Coleman, Alabama, in the 5T. And to his outside, the second female who is making her second start in the Chili Bowl main event is Kaylee Bryson out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, in the 71. In row 11, you got the 16-year-old Ryan Timms out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in the 67. To his outside, Dazen Persley from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, in the 19A. And rounding out your field, you got Tim Buckwalter from Douglasville, PA, in the 29. And in the most humblest positions, rolling off 24th, Tim McCready from Watertown, New York, in the 39T. We got a couple record breakers in this field tonight. The youngest driver to ever compete in the main event at the Chili Bowl, Brent Cruz, just 14 years old, is rolling off in the 14th position. And then we also have the first time ever that we have had two females in the main event in the Chili Bowl, and that is Jade Avedison rolling off 13th and Kaylee Bryson rolling off 20th. But Logan Seavey has not lost a single event this entire run so far at the Chili Bowl. Can he keep that streak alive and have the perfect week here in Tulsa? Now, you guys can put in the chat who your pick is to win. Angie Martin, let's go Cannon. Brexton Hall, this thing might start at 12:45. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be right about right. Kenneth Clark, you've been to Bubba Speedway in Oklahoma, Florida. Interesting. But here we are about to get the green flag to hit everything set. Don Brown, who y'all got? Okay, my pick right here. I'm telling you, your winner is going to be Chris Windham. He looked really good in that the first B feature. So I'm going with Chris Windham. And then, honestly, I'm just trying to keep my eye on Tim McCready to see if he can make a run up through the field. Just because I'm a fellow New Yorker. But my gut actually says Logan Seavey is just going to run away with this one. But hopefully things get a bit more interesting with that. Meanwhile, as we look at the chat, how many flips are we getting? We got 80% of you guys right now are saying we're going to hit 3 or more flips. So y'all think we're going to get a lot of chaos here tonight. Okay. They're running some hot laps on the racetrack, trying to break it in a little bit before we actually go green. Kyle Young, you're going with Cannon. Okay, I see a couple people going with Cannon here early on. Braxton, you're going Thorson, but you hope for Rico. Don Brown, you're going T-Mac. Okay. T-Maz also looked like he was cooking in his B main, but honestly, kind of plateaued out there about halfway through that B main. I don't know if he can get that same run going again. Might be somebody to keep an eye out for. Blake, you're looking for Rico or T-Maz? Okay. Hey, guys, before we get the green flag here, make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button. We got 45 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost up to 3,150 subscribers, guys. Can we get 13 more subscribers? Let's get to 3,150. I appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Brandon Riesinger, hey, from Oklahoma. Thanks for covering the Chili Bowl. We went in 2018, took pictures with Seabell and Casey Kane. Such a fun, unique event. Hey, man, you're welcome. That sounds pretty cool, man. Hopefully we get some more Cup Series guys racing in this event next year if they up the purse. Rick, you're going with Chase McDermott, Kyle Young. It's always a wild ride for the Golden Driller. I know. 24, go to battle. These are our finest soldiers. We narrowed it down to these 24 brave boys and girls that are ready to go for the Golden Driller. We started off with 361. And these are our final gladiators ready to take on 55 laps at the Tulsa Expo Center to see who can walk away as the champion of this year's 2023 Chili Bowl Nationals. Scott Long, you think the 50-50 raffle was more than the winner? It actually was. Okay, that's actually sad. I don't want to get too distracted here, but yes, they need to increase the purse. They need to increase the purse at the Chili Bowl. It was the winner only gets 10,000 Braxton. No, they increased it actually literally I think 2 days ago to 35,000 after all the pressure they were getting. At least I think it's increased to 35,000. But even then, the 50-50 winner, I think, got $50,000, which is insane. But it literally paid more to win the 50-50 than to win the race. That is hilarious. We're rooting for one of the girls, Kenneth. We'll see. We're going to be going green next time by, though. Oh, my goodness. These 24 racers are ready to go to war. And they're shooting off the confetti in the grandstands. Oh, boy, here we go. And the green flag is in the air. Who's going to walk away with the Golden Driller? And a good restart for CV down low. But Davis on the outside gets a good run off of turn 2 and put Hank Davis out front to lead lap number 1 as the confetti falls down on the racetrack. And oh, we've already got problems early on in turns 1 and 2, and 1's already up on its lid. Oh, the 40 involved as well, I believe. Who is that? The 40, I think that was Chase McDermott. He was one of the drivers he was the winner of B feature number 2. Issues already early on for McDermott, and that is a white Toyota that's upside down. That is, I believe, the 1S of Spencer Baston. Yeah, that is Spencer Baston up and over. And it looks like both of those two cars are moving so far. I don't know. McDermott actually, even though he was not on his lid, he might have bigger issues. We'll see here. But already, we aren't even able to get 1 lap in, and we've already got the flip counter. Oh, boy, 1 flip right now. Oh, Braxton, you might be right. It might be 35,000. I can't remember. So, current flip counter is 1, and I'm not counting, like, individual flips. I'm just, every time a car flips. So, we got 1 flip count right now. It looks like there's a flat there, though, on the 40 of McDermott. Yeah, Kyle Young. I know it's the bragging rights, but still, man, they got to pay these guys a bit more. But, yeah, replay of what happened going into turn 3 and 4 for the first time. This was pretty further back in the pack, but, oh, there's just a checkup. Actually, these are 2 totally separate incidents here. I don't quite see, but it looks like the one of Baston just gets squeezed as everybody was trying to get down to the bottom and just, typical, just touch tires with somebody the wrong way and gets launched up into the air. And then maybe the 40 was trying to avoid, but similar incident for him. He just gets shoved up and out of the way into the outside wall, but doesn't go over. Doesn't really have too much damage, actually, except for, I think, they might have, like, bent something on, like, I really don't know what the technical terms are for this, but some of the metal that protrudes from the left side of the race car is bent, and they're trying to bend it right back into place. Oh, subscriber count glitching out there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Refreshed it. There we go. 3137, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hey, we're up over 1,000 viewers on the night. I appreciate it. Oh, boy. Okay, so now it looks like the 1S is going to be rolling again, and they've just cut the metal off the side of that 40 machine, and they're going to get him right back out there. And yes, so we are still with all 24 cars. So no 1 flip so far and no laps complete, I believe, or we might have gotten in just 1. We'll see here. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we're going to be going green next time by as they try to get that 40 car back out onto the racetrack here real quick. So yeah, it looks like, okay, so they are going to get a re-racking of the whole field. So Logan Seavey's going to get a second chance here. He lost the lead on that initial start to Hank Davis. Now we'll see if Davis can get another good restart here, but the green flag is back out. 55 laps to go. A good restart for Logan this time, and Davis is actually going to get stuck up on the outside. He's going to lose a couple spots there. No, they are stacking up there. Who was that? I believe that was the 24 of Rico Abreu, really stacking them up back there. But at the front, Seavey's going to lead lap number 1. And then you got McIntosh in second, Thorson third, Davis fourth, Abreu fifth as they sort themselves out here now. 2 laps complete, and Seavey is going to check out now by a couple car lengths. Your top 2, Seavey and McIntosh, giving themselves a bit of breathing room over the rest of the field right now. Back in the pack, though, the 19 of Axum's got a whole line of them gaggled up behind him. Right now, everybody's got it parked down low. Nobody's venturing up to the top side here just yet. At the front, though, oh, the caution is out once again. That is the 5 car that has beached it on the berm in turns 3 and 4. I believe that is the 5T of Kevin Thomas Jr. from Coleman, Alabama. But yeah, now he's going to go to the back of the field, and that's now only 3 laps complete here so far. Our second caution of the night. Okay. So now you're on order. CV, McIntosh, Thorson. Is it McIntosh or McIntosh? Somebody let me know. McIntosh, Thorson, Davis, Abreu, your top 5. Then Moles, Axum, Golubic, Marcham, and Wyndham, your top 10. And then you got Grant, Avedicion, Cruz, Wise, and Jones, your top 15. Then Timez, Meserol in 16th. Pursley, Bryson, Thomas Jr., and Timms, your top 20. And then Buckwalter, McCready, Baston, and McDermott round out your field. Woo! So far, still all 24 cars running in this one already. We've had a flipper and 2 cautions, and we're only 3 laps in. Okay, here we go. Savy and McIntosh. Now, can Davis recover after that poor second restart? Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Savy. Everybody's still towing the inside, though. Top 4 all staying where they were. Top 5, top 6. Oh, Thorson popping a bit of a wheelie there. And hey, now we got our first guy venturing to the top. Davis pioneering that outside line. Not really working him, though. Not really working for him there, though. In turns 1 and 2, he's going to lose a spot to Abreu. That's what you risk jumping out to that top side here early on. Are you willing to try and make it work up there? Because if it doesn't work, you're probably going to lose a spot or 2 just like Hank Davis just did. Now we're at 50 laps to go. At the front, though, your top 3 staying bundled together this time. CV not really able to give himself any breathing room over McIntosh, and your defending winner, Thorson. Oh, McIntosh catches a bit of the berm there off of turn 4. That's going to cost him a little bit of ground now. Thorson all over the bumper of that 08 machine. Here we go, 47 laps to go. They continue to click down the top laps, and now Thorson's going to venture up top. He's your first of your top 3 to get up there, but that just cost him a ton of time in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, none of these leaders, I think, are going to really go up there now. It's going to take somebody in the back to start to work that stuff in for one of your leaders to really risk going up there. It is just too dirty up at the top of the track right now, but at the front, McIntosh thought about getting to the inside of CV. They're entering turn 3, just wasn't quite there. Oh, boy. He really closed up on him, though, under the, I say braking, but where they let off the gas into turn 3. Here we go, though. 44 to go. Over 10 laps complete here already. Top 2 going at it. CV versus McIntosh. Then Thorson, Abreu, Davis, your top 5. CV kind of just, he's opening up the door for McIntosh, but closing it before he can get there. He's kind of tempting him, but if McIntosh can get there before CV closes the door, he might be able to give himself a shot at going to the lead. We've seen it a couple times now off a corner exit. It seems like McIntosh has been able to really close up on the bumper of that 39 machine. But right now, not a lot of passing going on. This is really like a one-groove racetrack. Oh, McIntosh working the outside in turns 3 and 4. And he's going to have a run to the outside of your leader. But in turns 1 and 2, it's just still too dirty. But this time, CV goes up to the top side to block off of turn 2, and that's going to open the door for McIntosh down low in 3 and 4. It seems like the outside line in 3 and 4 is starting to open up a bit more, and they're starting to work in turns 1 and 2. Now the groove's starting to widen out here a little bit. Slowly but surely, we're going into a 2-lane racetrack, and CV able to capitalize and stay in the lead for now. But the groove's still relatively narrow as they're still working in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a bit wider, though, right now. McIntosh going to run down low. He's got a big run here on CV, but CV's going to pinch him off into turn 1. These top 2 just going at it here already Almost 20 laps complete here in the Chili Bowl. Both run the outside line off of turn 4. Into turn 1, though, they both go low. McIntosh, though, all the way up on the berm. CV kind of in the middle. In turns 3 and 4. CV stays out front. He's going to kind of, never mind. Anyways, 20 laps complete, though, this time by CV. Already catching up to the tail end of the field. Lap traffic starting to play a role. McIntosh, though, with a good run to the inside of CV. CV got really sideways there off of turn 4, and McIntosh is through to the lead. You have a new leader for the first time tonight, and it's McIntosh in the 08 machine now, leading the Oklahoma native out front. Bryson, though, is really struggling. She has dropped to the rear of the field. She's about to go a lap down here pretty soon. And Bryson's going to be the first one to go a lap down here in the Chili Bowl. Then the next one is going to be Baston. And now your leaders have a whole nother element of lap traffic, which they're going to have to try and negotiate as they continue to battle amongst themselves. Your top 5 still McIntosh, CV, Thorson, Abreu, and Davis. Then Axum, Golubic, Moles, Marcham, and Wyndham rounds out your top 10. Then Avedision, Grant, Jones, Cruz, and Wise, your top 15. And then Timaz, Meserol, Buckwalter, Pursley, McCready, and Timms. Now, actually, Thomas takes 20th away from Timms, and we are with 30 laps to go now. Hank Davis using that cushion down in turns 1 and 2, trying to make something happen. Also, Abreu is catching up to Thorson, or actually, Abreu's gotten by Thorson. Rico Abreu up into the podium positions. Axum has moved into the top 5 as well. But at the front of the field, McIntosh continuing to have to try and fight off this lap traffic. That's really slowing him down right now, but still nobody can catch up to him. Does Abreu have anything for him, though, right now? That's who I had to keep my eye on. Riku Abreu is starting to make his way forward. And we have just passed halfway just like that. We had 2 quick early cautions, but since then they have been green ever since. And the laps are just ticking down. Oh! McIntosh caught a bit of the cushion there in turns 1 and 2, trying to run up top, and that's going to open the door for CV to go up top off of turn 4. Now CV looking to take the lead back from McIntosh. Lap traffic has slowed down this 08 machine. Now, we got somebody in the wall off of turn 2, but they stay green. Oh, now they're going to throw the yellow because somebody has spun it off of turn 4, so 2 separate incidents there. That was somebody got in the wall there off of turn 2. Not sure who that was exactly, but the 89 off of turn 4, that is Chris Wyndham. I jinxed him, man. That is Chris Wyndham around off of turn 4, and then it was Baston who actually got into the wall there a bit off of turn 2. Oh, boy, okay, but now your updated running order is McIntosh, CV. Thorson was able to get back by Abreu for 3rd. Then Abreu 4th, Axum 5th. That's your top 5, and we are past halfway. We're, I think, about 25 laps to go. Woo! Oh, my goodness. Now I got to take a deep breath here to recapture everything that's going on. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, we're up to 3139, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We're only 11 subscribers away. 11 subscribers away from 3,150. Hit that subscribe button. Don Brown, where is Tim McCready? I'll try and update you here in a second. I think he was running about like 18th. Kyle Young, thank you for this. You are welcome. Yeah, laps are not counted under yellow for any of you wondering. Yeah, Braxton, bottom of the track is wearing bad. The groove is starting to move to the top. Still not all the way widened out, though. Braxton Brown, okay, yeah. Braxton Brown, Braxton Hall. Yeah, Don Brown. Tim McCready is running in 17th. Hey, we got 60 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe like I've been saying. And green flag back in the air. Good restart for McIntosh, but CV with a surge up the middle. Here comes Thurston, though. CV's going to jump to the outside in turns 3 and 4. Thurston in the middle. CV with a run on the outside. He's going to cross down low. McIntosh opens the door, and it's CV back to the lead. How about that? With 25 to go, Seavey reclaims the top position. And Thurston's also going to get by McIntosh, though, here off of turn 4. Thurston up into second place. Seavey back to third, and here comes Axum in fourth. Where did Abreu go with a poor restart here for that machine? Abreu has dropped all the way back to 10th place. That is a terrible restart for Abreu. Oh my goodness, they are everywhere right now. Seavey out front though, Thorson second, McIntosh third, Golubic fourth, Axum fifth. And the caution flag is back out. And oh, we got another flipper. And that is Brent Cruz, the youngest driver to ever compete in the Chili Bowl. Only 14 years old, and I think that thing is going to be done. Yeah, that thing is done, and that'll be, I believe, our first DNF of the night. And that is our second flip, though. Our second flip on the night. Up to 2 flippers. Or not on the night, just in this race. So, 2 flippers so far tonight. Thanks to everybody tuning in. No problem, Don. Yeah, no, that thing is the front end of that thing all bent up for Brent Cruz. Hey, he showed a lot of promise here, the young gun, only 14 years old, making it into the big dance. Hey, we're up to 3,142 subscribers, only 8 subscribers away from 3,150. Let's get it, people. I appreciate it. Hold on one second, ladies and gents. Just working on some technical difficulties here really quick. Okay, there we go. Don Brown makes you want to eat a bowl of chili. I can't lie, it makes you want to eat a bowl of chili too. Dude, this kid Brent, even though he's only 14, honestly, it looks like he's like 16, 17. Can't even lie. Hey, somebody keep an eye on. I believe that this guy is like a development driver for Trackhouse Racing in the Cup Series. So maybe a name that you'll be hearing more of maybe about 5-6 years from now. Hey, we're up to 3,144. Only 6 subscribers away. 6 subscribers away from 3,150. I appreciate it. So we're already up to 2 flippers on the night. 2 flippers on the night. Are we going to get a third? Are we going to get a third? At the front of the field, though, Logan Seavey lost the lead. Now he's got it back, but he's got Thurston on his bumper. And McIntosh, who had the lead for a little while there, has dropped back to third. And then in 4th place, you have the 17 of... Wait, is that Golubic? Oh, I got to check it again. The 17 car of... Whoa, that is, yeah, Golubic in 4th. Here they go, green flag back in the air here. Good restart for Seavey. Thorson down low. Then you got some people darting out to the high side further back in the pack. People just trying out anything they can to pick up some track position here on these restarts. Oh my goodness, it is a beehive way back there in the mid-pack. But it's Seavey, Thorson, then McIntosh, and Seavey trying to use the outside line in turns 3 and 4. And the caution flag is back out once again. And you got the 67 of... Is that Tim McCready? 67 of... No, that is the 67 of... I've said this guy's name before, haven't I? Ryan Timms, another teenager with some issues here, 16-year-old Ryan Timms. And then I think that's the 1S again of Spencer Baston also involved. This is, I think, the second incident he's been involved in tonight, or maybe even the third. Tough runs for both of those guys right now. 21 laps to go in this one. I'll try and update you on our whole running order here really quick. It's Seavey, Thorson, McIntosh, Golubic, and Axum, your top 5. And then the rest of your top 10 is... I'm waiting for the leaderboard to cycle around. It's Davis, Jones, Moles, Marcham, and Abreu who had a poor restart 2 restarts ago. Then you got Grant, Buckwalter, McCready after starting last and 24th up to 13th. Then Thomas, Meserol. Then you got Avedisian, who's dropped from 11th to 16th. Then you got Wise, Timms, and then you got some others that have been involved in incidents here tonight. Yeah, McCready, he's gained 11 spots so far tonight. I believe he might be the big mover. Him and Buckwalter actually both gained 11 spots so far tonight. They're the big movers. Ooh. Okay, here we are. Going to be going to the green flag here next time by. 21 laps to go. Kinsey hold them off once again. Thorson second. McIntosh third. Golubic fourth. Axum fifth. Golubic in fourth. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for CV up top. Thorson opened the door to McIntosh there for just a moment, but he closed it quickly. Here we go. At the front, though, CV with a good restart. He's already gotten about a 4-car length lead. McIntosh catches the cushion there a bit in turns 1 and 2. Is able to hold it down, but that's going to open the door for Golubic down low in turns 3 and 4. The 17 number NOS machine looking to take third place with 19 laps to go. Abreu with another poor restart. He's dropped all the way back to 12th place here. He is fading and fading fast. 18 laps to go, though, for Logan Seavey, who's popping a bit of a wheelie there off of turn 4. Behind him, though, Golubic trying to take third from McIntosh, who's going to catch the cushion again in turns 1 and 2. Oh, my goodness. He is pushing the limits in that 08 machine right now with 17 laps to go. At the front of the field, can Thorson reel in the 39? It's a 2-horse race at the front of the field right now. Golubic trying to make it a 3-horse race. The lap's winding down, and it looks like the caution flags are out once again, and that is the 29 of Hank Davis, who started on the front row, and he has got his hands up in frustration. And he is going to be dropping to the rear again here. He was running inside the top 10 there, and he is really frustrated inside that race car right now. It looks like Thomas has got some broken suspension on his right front as well. Don't know if that's related there. See if we'll get a replay here of what happened to Hank Davis as they get his number 29 car refired. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. This race, you know what? It started off really slow. We had like a 25-lap green flag run, and now we're starting to get back into back-to-back cautions here. But Golubic inching his way forward. Now he's up to third place. Keep your eye on him. Okay, so your top 10, CV, Thorson, Golubic, McIntosh, Axum, Jones, Davis, Moles, Marcham, and Grant. Then Buckwalter, McCready, Abreu, Thomas, and Timez. And the guys that started on the back row of the field, Buckwalter and McCready, are about to enter into the top 10 here. Both of those guys having really good runs forward through the field. Both of them have picked up 12 positions apiece. And we're going to be going green here once again. 17 laps to go. Good restart for CV. Closes the door on Thorson. Both of those top two give themselves a bit of breathing room over Golubic and McIntosh here on this restart. McIntosh throwing it in on the outside back in fourth place. CV using the outside as well. In turns 1 and 2, though, your top 3 go low. Then McIntosh, the first one to go high in fourth. He has been using that high line more than anybody else here so far tonight. It seems like the best line in 1 and 2 is still the low line. In 3 and 4, though, it's 50-50, high or low. 15 to go, though. 15 to go. Opportunities are running out. And it looks like McIntosh might be able to get back by Golubic here, really using the momentum off that high side right now. And here he goes off a turn 4. And he is going to be ahead of Golubic that time at the line. And honestly, he is right on the bumper of your top 2. Thorson might be under pressure here in just a moment as well. He is wheeling that 08. And oh, the caution is going to come out, though, and that's going to put his momentum back to a halt. But that 08 car, it was starting to look really fast. And he's going to have to drop back to 4th place, though, so he's going to lose all that hard work he's going to lose all the effort, or all the work from all that hard effort. Caution is out here again, and it looks like for some debris, maybe a wheel cover. Yeah, a wheel cover. We got a wheel cover that came off up in turns 1 and 2, and that is going to be somebody going to the tail end of the field here. Going to have to figure out who lost that wheel cover, though. Or somebody theoretically should lose their track position for that wheel cover. I believe if a piece of debris comes off your car and causes a caution, that does force you to go to the rear of the field. But it doesn't look like they're able to find the person who owned that wheel cover. And oh, it looks like the Hank Davis machine, number 29, his issues are only going to get worse as now he has lost a wheel cover, so he's probably going to have to drop to the rear of the field here. That's going to end his chances even more so, you could say. And the green flag is about to go again here. 12 laps to go here. And Thorson going to go to the inside of Seavey, trying to take a different attempt at it on that restart. All over the bumper at the 39 down the back straightaway. Can't quite get to the gas though the same way as the 39 car here. 12 to go. It's your top 2, but here comes McIntosh using that outside line. Oh, but he's up over the cushion. That's going to cost him a lot of time there off a corner exit. Oh, that might have just cost him dearly. 11 laps to go. McIntosh continuing to try and fight on that outside line. Down low, though, Golubic moving up to 3rd. But here comes McIntosh back on the outside, trying to make that thing work. He's throwing everything he's got at it right now. That's all you got to say. McIntosh refusing to give up here with 10 laps to go. Now 9 laps to go. Seavey, though, still out front. He's going to go high in 3 and 4. Thurston's going to go low. That 88 machine trying to hunt the front, trying to take that top spot for the 2nd year in a row. Here you go. Once again in 3 and 4. Seavey goes high, Thurston goes low, and then 1 and 2, they both go low. Behind him, though, McIntosh has cleared Golubic for 3rd with 7 laps left. Does he have anything for these top 2? Seavey trying to complete the Chili Bowl and get his first ever Chili Bowl win. But here comes Thurston with a good run, this time down the back straightaway. That 88 almost got to the back bumper. The 39 there off of turn 2. They're side by side into turn 1. Seavey able to just edge out ahead. 5 to go. 5 to go. The 88 is all over the bumper of this 39 machine right now. It's a 2-horse race at the front of the field. 4 laps to go. Can Thorson complete it? Can he go back to back? Oh my goodness. Thorson running a little higher than Seavey in turns 3 and 4. He thought about going high in 1 and 2, but he's going to stay low. Tries to kind of cross underneath him. Oh my goodness. Thorson keeping the pressure big time on Seavey. Seavey trying to stay as a cool cat in the lead. 2 to go. 2 to go. He's top 2 all over each other. Thorson trying to get to the front for the first time tonight, trying to go back-to-back. The white flag is out here at the Chili Bowl. Seavey a bit sideways off a corner exit. What's Thorson going to do? He drives it in deep in turns 1 and 2. Here they go, the final time through turns 3 and 4. Can Seavey hold off Thorson? Thorson's going to go high, but Seavey throws the block. But, oh, and the caution's out. It's not over yet. The caution is out. Oh, my goodness. Enrico Abreu head on in the outside wall. Oh, my goodness. We still got more racing coming your way. CV could taste it. He was only maybe 30 yards away from claiming his first ever Chili Bowl victory. But we are going to have a green-white checkered here as Rico Abreu's bringing out the caution once again. Oh, my goodness. This is... Whew. Oh, my goodness. This is so crazy right now. I am losing my mind. Almost 100 people in here right now. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to have a green-white checkered here in the Chili Bowl. Oh, my gosh. Hey, we're up to 3,145 subscribers. I appreciate it. Only 5 subscribers away from 3,150. Let's get it. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be live with the Busch Clash in just 3 weeks in LA, and then just over a month away is Daytona, man. I can't even wait. This could get crazy. 2 to go. Green flag back in the air for CV. Thorson going to throw everything he's got at him once again. Here we go. Here they go off of turn 4. The white flag is back out in the air. Here you go. CV out front. Thorson right on his bumper. What's he got for him? Here they go. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. It looks like CV is going to be able to hold him off this time, and he will be your 2023 Chili Bowl Nationals winner. Congrats, Logan CV, on winning the Golden Digger. The first time, it looked like he had it, but a caution came less than 30 yards away from the finish. But this time, he's not going to let this one slip from his grasp. Congrats, Logan CV, on being a Chili Bowl champion. Thorson's going to come up just short in second. Yeah, Ryan Blaney, Texas All-Star flashbacks. Oh, my goodness. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I am tired. Oh, boy. I am going to go to sleepy. What are your guys' thoughts in the chat out of 10? We got 2 flips in that one. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Or no, I'll give it we'll go 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Pretty good. I wish we would have had a little bit more back and forth for the lead there, kind of down the stretch, but CV just did a great job defensively. Thorson just didn't quite, I feel like, I don't know. He didn't have a good enough of a car to really venture out up top. Woo! Thanks to everybody tuning in. Peaked at just over 100 viewers right there. I appreciate it. Braxton, all great evening, and it was really fun. Yeah, appreciate everybody who tuned in. So hopefully I'll see you guys in another stream sometime soon. Well, I'm going to sign off here in just a moment. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Yeah, hopefully we might do a Rolex 24 stream. We'll let you guys know about that more in the future. But, yeah, y'all have a good night. I appreciated you guys tuning in. See you, Don. Jim Molloy. Okay, just get out here. I'll recap the race as best I can here really pretty quick. Well, you had Logan CV start on pole. And on the initial restart, you had Hank Davis jumping right away, but there was a caution on lap 1, and basically that resets the field to the original starting position, so he was able to get another chance at that original race start, and that time he didn't let it slip away from him, and he was able to drive out to an early lead. And then we had a couple of early cautions, and then we had a long 25-lap or 30-lap green flag run right in the middle of that race. And you had McIntosh actually drive up and take the lead there away from Logan Seavey for a little bit. And then, under one of the restarts, McIntosh has lost the lead again to Seavey, and then Seavey didn't relinquish it the rest of the way. Thorson, though, kept the pressure on him, really did not let him get a breath of air for the final 10 laps. Then it looked like he had won it, but there was a caution literally like 100 feet from the finish line. So then they had another green-white checkered, and Seavey was able to hold off Thorson there. And, yeah, he gets his first ever Chili Bowl win. T-Mac finished. Yeah, Don Brown here. I'll go through your finishing results here, actually. Whew. Let's see here. Hold on. Can we get the finishing results here? Not yet on the Chili Bowl website. Looking for your final results. Looking for your final, like your full results. I don't got quite online anywhere yet. I'll be honest, I was just keeping my eyes on the top two there down the stretch. Okay, so here's at least your top 5. Yeah, it was Logan Seavey, Tanner Thorson, Cannon McIntosh 3rd, Shane Golobic 4th, and I believe Emerson Axum 5th. Woo! Walter Douglas, Tanner Holmes. Oh yeah, okay. Wait, Tanner Holmes. He didn't. I don't think he made it into the big show. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, Tanner Holmes was not in the big dance. So I think he went out in like alphabet soup somewhere. So Tanner Holmes was not in the main event. Whew. Okay, guys, I gotta go though. I am so tired now after that. I'm like actually exhausted. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. See you guys in the next one.